So let's continue. So yesterday we were able to finish with the sheet. We did dimension. We did the rooms and room legend. We look at how to edit tags. The room tags, how to edit it. Okay. So we look at today. We are looking at the rest, door and window schedule, section, call out, field region, annotating views, visibility and graphics, then 3D section, exploded view and all those things. Okay, so let's take it one by one. So we're going to look at door and window tags. Door and window tags. Now normally, you know, when you're doing, how to call it, your tags, we have this kind of let me see. Okay, I don't know whether if you can see it well. This tags, W, then the D, door 1, door 2, and all those things. How do you do that? Okay, how do you do your windows and door tags? Now, there are two ways of doing that. There are two ways of doing the windows and door tags. Now, we have individual, you tag by category, or you tag all. Okay, so when you go to annotation 2, under annotation 2, under the tag panel, we have tag by category, tag all. Now, tag by category means that what you want to tag is what you select to tag. Do you get it? So you have to tag them one after the other. Now, tag all means that you select tag all, then the things you want to tag in your work, you check them and they all be tagged. Okay, so let's see. So if I say I want to tag, let's say this window, I'll click on my tag on by category. Now, a tag by category, when you look at the placement, we have horizontal being the default. Now, when you drop, there's also vertical. Okay, then the tag, there's a leader line, meaning that if this is a window, it will place the tag here and point to that as the tag. Do you get it? So it will come with a leader line. Then the tag is placed at the end of, or is attached to the end of your leader line. Okay, now the distance from your item to the leader line is 12.7 millimeters. Okay, so now I'm going to keep this default and see what we have. Now the attachment, we have attached to end and free end. Now the free end means that you determine where you want to put the tag. Do you get it? Okay, so let me leave this default. So now if I want to tag my window, when I go to it, now you see what's happening. You see the 12, which is the tag, then that leader line pointing to what you are tagging, which is the window. So if this is what you want, you just click, then your tag has been placed. Do you get it? Okay, now if I change it to, I don't need the leader line, and I also, first of all, let me change it to free end, then I don't need the leader line. Now if I want to tag this window, you see what's happening. There's no leader line. Now if I select the window, then my distance will be placed. Do you get it? Yes. Okay, so this is one way of placing the tag without the leader line and with the leader line. Okay, that's individual. If we can do the same thing for, what do you call it, the window door. So you see the door, when you select the door, then you click on the tag, then to be placed. Do you get it? Okay, but normally you realize that your tag comes with what? Some circle or something around it. Okay, by default, when you select the tag and go to the properties, edit type, you realize that the box surrounding the tag is checked off. So you have only the tag showing. But if you want the box surrounding it to be on, you check the box, then you apply, then you have that box around it. Now this is a default one. Do you get it? This is a default one. Now you've done for window, so you can do likewise for also the door. So you select the tag, go to the edit type, then the surrounding box, you check it, you apply, click OK. Then you have the box around it. So we just tag by category. So you select the thing you want to tag. Now in case you want to do tag all, now when you click on the tag all, it will open up this dialog box for you. Now here you have all the categories. Okay, so the things you want to tag, you just check them on here. So if I want to tag a door, I'll check a door. If I want to tag a window, I'll just go and check my window. Any other thing you want to tag, you just select it. Now when you select and you're done, then you just apply and click OK. So now you realize that every place there's a door or every place there's a window, it has been what? Tagged. So this way you don't go by individual tagging. Do you get it? Okay? Okay. So this is a simple way of tagging. Simple way of tagging. Now you also realize that normally when you want to do your tag, there's some prefix that comes with it. So for the doors, you want to have that prefix D. For the window, you want to have that prefix W, but it is not with it. So this is a default family tag. Now if you want all those prefixes in it, it means that you need to go and edit that family. Do you get it? Okay, so you have to do for a window, then you have to do for a door. Then in the project, everywhere you put your tag, it comes with the changes that you've done. Okay, so now to do the tag, so what you do is that you select one of the tags, just any of them. Then you go and say, well, edit family. Click on the edit family. So now in the edit family, it opens up the tag for you. Now in it, this is what you see. Now we have the surrounding box. Then we have this label in it. Now this label is a parametric label or parametric item. It's going to pick information somewhere. Now that information you are seeing, that is what is showing you what? The 12. But it is not that you see 12. This is like a sample value, like a formula that when you put your tag, what it's going to read and put in place for you. Do you get it? Okay, so now let's say we want to change the tag. Now we want the W by it. Now don't assume that this W is there. No, this is a sample value. So what you do is select your label, then go and edit the label. Now when you click on the edit label, it brings you to the edit label. Now you see in a sample value, what you are seeing here is what is there. Now under the prefix, there is nothing there. So this is where you put in the W prefix to indicate window. Okay, so now with that window, whether it's caps or small, you have to choose. Okay, whether you are doing caps or small letter. So I'll put in my W window there, then I'll click on OK. So now you see that that W has come to add up. That W has come to add up. Okay, so we have it. Now the same thing, when you select the label, you can go to the edit tab and change the informations here. Okay, maybe you want to change the font, you want to change maybe the text height, you want to even change the color. Okay, it's all up to you what you want to do. Okay, so let's say this is the color I want, so I can apply, then I have it this way. Now another thing you also need to look at is the surrounding. Maybe you don't want it rectangle, maybe you want it a circle, or you want it a triangle. That one is up to you, but most of the times a lot of people do what? Circle. So you might want to put a circle around your thing. Now to do that, it means we need to delete these lines. Now it is not the label that we are deleting, it is what? The line. This is the surrounding thing. So we'll select and delete. Then we want to put in a circle around. We want the thing to be in a circle. So we'll go to our create tool, then pick a line, then we'll have our circle tool, select it, then we'll draw a circle. Now the circle you are drawing, don't have it in mind that the circle has to compass all these things, because in it you are just going to have your prefix and either your number. Do you get it? So sometimes when you are doing this, you can do this, accept, and see what is happening. If it's too big or if it's too small, then you can come back and come and arrange it, do it again. Sometimes it might not be where you want it. You might want to go and put the circle somewhere and it might be off. So what you do is that with this done, I'll say, well, load into project and what? Close. So I'll load it into the project, but I'll not save. Then I'll override every version in this. Okay, so now you see what's happening. So it means that my circle is what? Too small. So it means I need to what? Blow it up. Okay, so select again, go back to edit type. Then this time around, now I didn't show you how to use a scale tool, so this is the way to use a scale tool. Now I want to scale up this circle. I want to make it big, so you have to use a scale tool. Now anything you want to scale up, want to reduce, you can use this. So select the circle, then under modify to this, after the arrow to this is the scale tool. Okay, so you select it. Now with the scale selected, now you come to what you want to scale up. We need to find the center of it. So now this is the center. You see how it is highlighting for us. Then I'll click. Now when I click, I need to go out and click. Now when I click also, now you move. Either you are scaling it in or you are scaling it out. Okay, either you are going in or you are going out. Okay, so if this is okay for you, click. So if you think this circle is enough, you scale it enough, you will go back, load into project, then you do what? You update. Okay, you override all the existing version. Then still, you see, now you should also be mindful where you have two numbers. You see this, I have one number, so it's in it. But where I have two numbers, you look as if it's off a bit. Maybe I might push the circle this way in my work. Okay, so what you do, select, edit. So this one, these are the things you'll be doing for the tagging, so that you check, because you cannot have a preview of it and see whether the right thing is what you've done. Okay, so you do and check it, override and see what is okay. I think it's okay, right? Yeah, it's okay. So with this, we've done for the window. Then you can do same for the door. Okay, with the prefix D. So I'll select the tag, edit the family, any of the door tag, anyone. Now in the door tag, this is what you see, but the actual label is this. That's a sample value. Okay, so I'll select the label, go to the edit type, then I'll put my prefix D. Okay, put in your prefix D. Then this one, you can check the label, edit type is bold. Maybe I don't need it. Then I can do this, maybe green. Okay, let me do green. Then I'll apply okay. Then I can change this also. Then I'll pick my word, create to line circle. Then I draw my circle. Okay, load into project and do what? Don't save, override existing version, then see. So double figures, it might be too small. Okay, single is okay, so you might want to edit it a bit. Okay, edit it a bit. Sometimes you just need to know that in your tagging, if let's say you do the tagging where you have W1 for window, how many different type of windows do you have? If you have which is less than double figure, you don't need to worry yourself, because we will now come and look at how to select the same type of window, door or window, to give them a tag, the same tag. Do you get it? Okay, so I'll scale it up a bit. Okay, load now, then override or is the same version. Okay, so I'll maintain it this way because I have a single this same, which everything is inside. Okay, so I'll leave it this way. Okay, so we've done for a door, we've done for a window. So this is just a simple way of doing the tagging. Now we've just done for the ground floor. If you go to your first floor and there's doors and window, now I'll just go and say I'll do tag all. Do you get it? So if I go to my notate and I say tag all, then I'll pick a door, I'll pick my window, then I'll apply and it is there. Do you get it? You don't need to come here and edit again. No. Do you get it? Okay. So this is the way to tag your doors and windows. Now let me explain the numbering that you are seeing. Do you get it? Now if you look at this window and this window, they are the same window. Now what the numbering means is that when you were modeling and you brought in a window, the window you placed, which one was the first one you placed? Which one was the second one you placed? Now it means that this window, this was the 9th window I placed. This was the 8th window I placed when I was doing the job. Okay, the 9th door, the 8th door, the 17th what window. Do you get it? Maybe you've placed windows, you've delayed, you've placed. Remember that Rivers will still be counting it. The number of windows you've placed. Whether you've placed, you've deleted, it will not say, okay, since I've deleted 5 and I brought another one, it will give me 5. No, it will give it as 6. You do get it? Okay, so the numbering you see are the numberings for your tags. Okay, your tagging. So this is the 10th door, the 13th window, the 6th door, the 7th window, the 14th door. So that is the way the tagging go. So the 5th door. Okay, so the numbering goes by the time that when you are bringing the item. I brought in a window. The first window I placed will be numbered 1. The second window will be numbered 2. The first door will be numbered 1. Okay. Now in a situation where maybe this same window, I've placed the same window somewhere, but here it is saying this is the 13th window, another place says the 15th window. But to me, I want to label all windows with the same size and the same dimension as well, giving it the same tag number. So how do you do that? To do that, you select your window. So now this window selected, I'll say I want to select all this window in this project, the same window in this project, and see where they are. So I'll say select all instance in the whole entire project. This time you not do the view, you say the whole project. So entire project, then all this window wherever it is in the project will be selected. Now it's telling me that this window selected, the number is 4. There's 4 type of window in the project. Now with this all windows selected, now you scroll in your properties and go to where we have the mark identity data. You see the mark. So now this window you are selecting, what mark do you want to give it? So if I want to give this window as window 1, so the mark number will be what? 1. So I'll put in my what? 1 there, then I'll apply. Then all of these windows will change to what? 1. Now you sometimes have this prompt. Now it's telling you that you are trying to duplicate, but it's not that you are duplicate. That is what you want, because all the same window you want to give the same mark number. So I'll click on OK. Then all this window will turn to 1. So wherever this window is, window 1. Do you get it? If you even go to your first floor, you will see wherever that window is, window what? 1. Do you get it? So now you select this in the whole project. Then you say this will be my what? Window what? 2. You apply. Then okay. So wherever that window is, it will change to what? Window what? 2. So you see, same thing applies to the door. You select your door and you say all the door, this same door in the whole project, you want to give it door 1. Apply. Okay. So you have this as door 1. Select this, the whole project. Then you say this will be your door 2. Apply. Okay. So wherever this door is, you see it as well, door 2. Do you get it? Okay. So this is a way to place the mark numbers for multiple same type of door or window. Okay. Any question? No question. That's all for the tags, windows and door tags. Just placing the door and the window tags on it. Okay. No question. So let's go. The next one. So let's look at section. Well, I should finish all the things under windows. So we have something we call schedule. How to schedule the windows and door. How to schedule. So if you want to do something like this, how to schedule your doors and windows. So if you want to do the door and window schedule, do you get it? So that same door type, you bring 1, you give it dimension, you give it a label, a name. Maybe this is a security door. Now all of D1 this D1, this is a security door, this is the measurement for it. Or all of the window, this is the measurement for all the window one, the type. Okay.
So you have to document all them.
Yeah. It has to be in the drawing. All this has to be submitted.
Okay.
Normally, it's good if you do it this way because it helps whoever is going to build. When you are building the block wall and you meet a window, you need to know the size of window which is supposed to be there so that you leave that space.
Okay.
Do you get it? Sometimes people do it on the drawing, but forgetting that normally the door comes with framing. So if you on the drawing you say door 900, the opening is 900. Now that door is not exactly 900. So if the mason or whoever is on there go and leave 900. Now when they come and they fix the framing, before the door comes, you no more get 900 door. You have to now come and plane because framing will take its place. Okay, so but when you do it this way and put in a natural dimension, you might know the exact opening you have to leave, including the framing. Do you get it? Okay, now if you've used AutoCAD before, normally this is you have to redraw it again. Yeah, you have to draw using lines. Say this is a door, so this is the space of the door. Windows all the same thing, but in Revit you are not drawing. You brought that family inside the project, so you just go and pick it and place. That's all, and just dimension it. Do you get it? Okay, then how do you do it? Now to do that, now it's a new thing you are doing, so it's like you need to have a page for it. So what you do is that in your project browser you scroll to where we have legend. Okay, now we are going to create our own legend. So whether we are creating a door legend, a window legend, or anything you want to detail and want to create a legend for it, you will go to the legend and create that. Okay, so I'll select legend, right click, and I say new legend. Now in case you are doing a window and door legend, a window and door, and you should be mindful whether the number of doors you have in your project and the number of windows you have. If the doors and the windows combined is not even more than 10, you don't need to do them separate. You can do the whole thing on one sheet. Okay, but in a situation where the doors are a lot, maybe you have almost like 10 doors, then the windows like almost like 12, you can't all have the same. You have to separate them. So you do for window on its own, then do for door. Now let's assume that ours is all together. So what we'll do is that we are creating a door and window legend. So when I click on it to create a new legend, it will open up this, ask me what name do I want to give to my legend. So I'll say door and what? Window. Okay, so if you think it is more, that means you do one for door. When you finish, you do another one for window. Do you get it? So I'll click on OK. Then to open up this blank sheet for you. So now this blank sheet has been open. This is where you are going to now bring in your door and your window. Now how do you bring them in? Now to bring them, you know already, one thing you should have in mind, the door names that you use. You might have loaded plenty doors, but the ones you put on the building and you've given them the tag number, you should know the name and the size. Do you get it? Because majority of them might belong to a category. Now the type, it might give you a lot of types, but what have you used? You should take notice of that. Okay, so you can decide that, okay, then let me go back and check. So I'll select my window, then look at the name for the window. Now this window belongs to the Pella 250 series sliding. Okay, so I know that all this window is the same type but different size. So I know this one is for 900 by 600. So I'll check the other ones. This is for 900 by 1002. Then we have 1000, 1005. So I know that it's the same type of window but different sizes. Okay, so how then do I bring it? Now you need to go to your project browser, then go down to where we have families. The families you see here are all the families you brought into the project. Do you get it? Yeah. It shouldn't confuse you like, hey, so I want to bring in a door, so rather than go to load family and bring, let me go there. No, what you bring into the project, that is what you see there. Okay, so you expand it, then you go to what you call your door or your window family. So let's say I'm doing window, so I'll scroll down to window, So I have window here. Then I'll expand it. Now with expanding, you will see the different type of windows that are in the project. But which one have you used? You might have loaded a lot of windows, but there's a particular one you've used. So I use the Perla 250 series. So I'll expand it. Now under it, there are different sizes. So the ones you've also used per the size you bring. Now I'm going to start bringing them. So I have the 900 by 600, which is my first window. So I'll select it, drag it here, then release. Now when you release, you'll be seeing your window. Your mouse pointer is holding the window. Now this window, you took moto.
Oh.
That's why I if you have not taken moto there, it's not today. Good evening. Okay, so
Sorry.
don't worry. So this is the window. So I'm holding it. I've not placed it here. Now by default, it is showing us the plan view. If you look at the view here, it's showing us floor plan. So it's showing the window by floor plan. Okay. Now there are some people, they want to show their window, floor plan and elevation. If you look at this, you see the door, elevation and the plan. Same thing applies to the window. You might want to show the plan of the window and the elevation of the window, how the window look in elevation. So what you do is that, now this is a plan view. I can place the plan view, but still I'm still holding the window. Then I'll go and say the view there. So I want to see the elevation of the window. Now the elevation, you have the front, you have the back, meaning this window inside and outside. Okay, if you want the one you see in front, then you select. Then to change to look like the window front elevation, then you can also place it. Do you get it? So I have the elevation of this window and the plan view for it. Then you do likewise for the other ones also. You do likewise, select, drag, in, place. Get it? You place it, then you can show the plan view. So you see how it looks different. Do you get it? Okay, so all the windows you've used, just drag it in, okay, then place it nicely. So you see how we are not drawing the thing. We are not drawing it. So you don't worry yourself and say, hey, so I have to draw this whole thing. No, you will not draw. Unlike AutoCAD where you have to draw everything. In Revit, no. The thing is a whole model. So yours is to bring it in and place it where you want it to be. Okay? Okay. So with this done, then you place it. Okay? You can align them well. Okay? Now when you are done, now this method now is two-way. You have to choose whether you put them in a table form or you just arrange it, put the labels and the dimension by it. Okay, if you put them in a table form, now over we are already in our annotation. So you go to what? Detail line. Click on your detail line, then use your line to create a table. You just create a table. How you want to do it is up to you. Create your table. Okay, create your table. Maybe you have the label, the tag number, no, the name, the tag number. You might even have a dimension, then you might have elevation, then the plan. Okay, so let me do it this way. So I'll expand it. Okay, let me do. Okay, so line. So I'll just separate all of them. Okay, so let's say door one or window one, the elevation, I'll just drag it to this elevation. Then this is a plan. I'll drag the plan here. I mean, this would, let me put in a text. So you pick your text too. A text too, you are putting a text. So I can say this is the elevation. Okay. Now your text, it comes with a type. You can increase the type. Go to the edit type. It's using a text size of 3.5. You can increase it. Okay. You can increase it however you want it. Okay. Then I can copy, select copy, then place, and this will be my plan view. This will be my plan view. Then this will be my, let me say, dimension. Then this will be my tag number. Then this might be the description, whether it's a security door, a panel door. So you have it as a description, so you will describe that. So you have it this way. Do you get it? Neatly done. Okay, you have it neatly done. So the number of this thing that you have to create, you create. So I'll bring this one here, then move this one also here, select, move it here, select, move it here. So if I know, you can either choose two ways. The dimension, you can put the dimension on the window. Okay, you can take the internal one, then take the overall. Do you get it? Internal, then you pick the overall. Okay, if you finish, you can come and write the actual dimension by using what? A text. Okay, pick a text, come and write, and you say maybe what, 900 by 600 mm. Okay, pick a text and place it there, select, copy. Okay, then I'll say this is what, D what, A, window 1. Okay, that's the tag number. Okay, window 1. Okay, then maybe this window 1 is what, a glass sliding, do you get it, window. So that will be the description for it. Okay, that will be the description for it. So you place it there nicely. If the boxes are too small, master, you move it all. Okay, you move your things, you position them well. This, you are the one doing it. Okay, so you can put your items in table form, or you can leave it. Okay, you leave it, then you come and put your dimension. You will put your dimension, so you pick your dimension, internal, yes sir, then overall. Okay, then you do internal, then you do your overall, and you place it, and pick your text tool and kind of put the text. So you see, well, glass sliding, okay, window. Yeah, you can decide to change the dimension to quantity, so that you know that window 1, how many do you have in a project, 4, and all those things. Okay, and this one you can do same thing. You just do, say, then you do, this will be your window 1, then you say what, 5 number. Do you get it? 5 number. Okay, nicely. Then you place it well. Okay, place it well. So either way, either you are doing this way or you are putting it in a table form. So you choose. Do you get it? Okay, we've given you a sample. You can look at it and see how you can go about it. So you can see the description, the tag, quantity, elevation, and plan. So this window, this is a face glass window. That's the W1. We have 4 number in it. This one, there's a different name. Okay, so and so. Okay, now all this same thing applies to the door. So you should know the doors you've used. So you go to your door family, go to door. This is door, expand. Now the doors you've used, you should know the door you've used. Then drag it in, place. You can also place what, plan view, and elevation. Now the way the door is, we are seeing 3, that's the same thing you see. Oh, that's the same thing you see. Okay, no changes. What you see is what you get. You drag it in, you can place what? Plan view. Place the thing plan view, then you can change it to the elevation, and you can see your door like that, neatly done. Okay, then you can do what? You can label it. You can go by this label, this type of labeling. You put your dimension, put your label, or you put it in a table form. Okay, put it in a table form. So this is the way your door tags are done. Okay, so with this we are finished with the door tag. So you do all this in that. Now mind you, we have not put anything on sheet yet. We will prepare everything now, then now we will send them to the sheet. Do you get it? Okay, it's like you are preparing everything that you need to cook. You go and get your rice, you put it down, you do this, everything down. Now if you want to start that, then you take it one by one. It has to go into the pot. This has to go inside. Okay, and that's what we are doing. Okay, so door, window, legend, all out. Okay, any question? No question. Okay, so we'll go to section. So we are looking at section, call out view, and field region. So section, call out, field region, annotating the call out view. All of them, we'll look at that, and even visibility and graphics. All of them within the section. Okay, so we already know how to take a section, how to draw a section. Okay, so with any of the section drawn, we'll go and open a section. So this is the section we've done. Okay, this is one of the section that we've done. Now the section also, there's something we call visibility and graphics. Now what visibility and graphic does is that, now when you cut through something, you want to see the way the thing looks like, the pattern you want to see. When you cut through a floor, you are supposed to see a concrete wall pattern. If you cut through a wall, you need to see the wall kind of pattern. Okay, now it's like we've cut through the building, but we are not seeing all those things. Do you get it? So what we will do is that we need to change the visibility and graphics of the item. Visibility means that what you want to see. Okay, so you will change it. Now to change visibility and graphics, you go to your view 2. View 2. Then under the graphics panel, we have visibility and graphics. Now it's visibility and graphics. So the short form is what? VG. Okay, so you can type either VG to have this, or you click on visibility and graphics, you still get the same thing. Okay, so in this visibility and graphics, it comes with what? All the categories you have in it, and how to change their visibilities. Okay, how to change their visibility. So now in the we have the model category. So the model, what if model, if you want to change anything about the model. Now we have the annotation category. Anything you've annotated, your grid lines, your levels, if you want to change the way you want to see it, you go there. Anything analytical model, so meaning structural items, things that are relevant to see as a structural element. Now anything also that you've imported. So if there's a formula you've brought in, and let's say that formula is coming with its default setting, you don't want to see that default, you want to change it to what you want to see, then you can also go there and change those things. Do you get it? Okay, so now we want to do the model. Now under the model, you see all your visibility, every item over here. So we have area, cable tray, cable, casework, ceiling, column, everything is there. Now in it, we have what's called the projection or the surface. Meaning if you are seeing the thing, the surface of that item. Then we also have the cut. So when you cut the thing, okay, now under any of them, you have what you call the lines, the pattern, transparency for the projection. Meaning that if I'm seeing this wall, what kind of line weight do I want to see? What kind of pattern do I want to see on it? Now if this same wall I cut it, what kind of line weight do I need?
and what kind of pattern do I want to see. So it is for you to set them. Now most of them, they come with their default. Okay, so now when you also see where you have this gray thing, it means that function will not work. Now if you have an area, how do you see an area? Can you see an area? No. Can you cut an area? You can't cut an area. Okay, now if you have a tray, how do you see the pattern for a tree? You can give a line thickness to a tree. Do you get it? Okay. So most of the things that you see where there is gray pattern over there, it means it will not function with it. Okay, so now we are looking at our model. We know we've cut a wall, we know we've cut some floor, so we want to check all of them. Even our topo surface, we want to see that kind of earth pattern. Do you get it? So how do we do that? So now it means we need to go and look for the thing. So we'll go, first of all, we'll look for the floor. So this is our floor. So our floor is here. So we'll select the floor. Now with the floor selected, now we are assuming that, it's not assuming, we've cut our floor. So it means that when we cut the floor, what do we see? What kind of pattern do we want to see on the floor? Do you get it? And what line pattern do you want to use? So in it, we'll go to the cut pattern of the floor. Then in the pattern, we'll go and click on the override. When you click, it will take you to where the patterns are. Then you have to go and choose the pattern you want. Here also we have foreground and background. What you can see and what you cannot see. Do you get it? Okay, so what you do is that in the foreground, I'll drop down, go and look for that concrete wall pattern, because it's a floor concrete. Okay, so I'll scroll down and you see concrete is here. Select. Then the background also, you select concrete. If you are done, you apply. Now let me go back there. Now you can see the pattern, you can see the color. You can also set a color for it too, if you like. But don't forget, when you want to print, you might want to go and print black. So if you put color, at the end of the day, it's black again. Unless you know you'll be printing color and want to see all those, then you put in your color. If not, leave the color section. Because at the end of the day, it's black, you go and print. Maybe you have charged the person 20,000, so you want to do everything color. So it's up to you. Do you get it? Okay? Okay. So you can leave the color section. Okay, then I'll click on OK. Now you can also want to change the line pattern. Now I will not talk about this. I'll talk about when we get to, how do you call it, object style, where I will explain how every item has its default line width. Okay, you can even tweak it there. Okay, so I'll leave it. Now I'm going to apply these changes I have done. So I'll click. So we'll be looking at all my floor. Every floor I've cut. If I apply, now you see my concrete floor. Let me click on OK. Now you can see the concrete floor. You see the concrete pattern is in. The floor one, the ground one, you see the concrete pattern is in. So we want to see that concrete pattern in it. So we'll do the same for what? Our wall. So we'll go and look for a wall. So I'll scroll down to wall. Then in the cut part, if I cut a wall, what pattern do I want to see? So I'll click. Then I'll go and look for a block wall. We don't have block wall, but we have brick wall. It's still the same thing. Do you get it? Okay. So even though it's a brick bar, we'll use it to represent what? Block wall. Okay. But there's actual block wall there. Do you get it? But we have different, we have high and low type of block wall. But I prefer using the brick work pattern. Okay. Then I'll click OK. Then I'll apply. So you see everywhere you've cut a wall. Now this means I have cut the wall. That wall has been cut. It's not a surface. Did you get it? Okay. Then we'll do for what? Our topo surface. Okay, which is going to represent the earth. So we'll look for topo surface. Go, because we've cut through. Then we'll go and look for what? The earth pattern. Look for the earth pattern. Okay, look for the earth pattern. Then apply. Click on OK. Apply. OK. So now you see the topo side. When you cut, you have the earth pattern there. Nicely done. Okay. Okay. Any question so far? No. Okay. So now our crop region, we can select our crop and just crop it to just be below the distance. Do you get it? Okay. the section, you might not want to see your section line on your section view, so select and you do what? You hide it, you don't delete it, because on this section the other section line is also showing. Okay, so this is the way to do your visibility and graphics. Okay, visibility and graphics. Then you can also go ahead. Now you realize that in our foundation we might want to do hardcore filling. After digging and after block where you might want to fill to where the floor is. Now we don't have anything showing, so we need to represent our hardcore filling in it. Now how do you do that? We need to use what we call a filled region. Yesterday I was saying this in our filled region. Now filled region gives you that option of creating a region, and that region will be hatched. Do you get it? Even the hatch, you can choose which one of the hatch you want, but it has a default one. Okay, so now we are going to look at that. Now we also need to determine the height of our filling that we are trying to do. Okay, so let's say we want to do a filling of, let's say, 450. Okay, so what we'll do is that you go to annotation 2, then under the detail panel look for region. Now we have here, when you drop down, we have region, filled region, and maximum region. Okay, maximum region is that you are filling outside of the thing, but filled region you are filling inside. Okay, so we'll click on filled region, then our draw tools open. Then we are going to use the draw tool to create this place where we want to fill up. Do you get it? Now this is where we are trying to fill this area, so I'm drawing them from my wall face under the floor. Do you get it? So this is where we are filling. Now I have drawn the line, but I need to check whether this is 450. So I'll type my 450, enter. So this is the region I have created to. Then I will accept. Now the moment you accept, it comes with what? A filled pattern. Okay, if you select it, go to the edit tab. In the properties, we have the foreground fill pattern is already there. If you want to change it, you go inside. There are different kind of pattern. You choose. Okay, if you also don't want to see anything, you just set it to none. It's up to you to check. Okay, so this is the filled region that we have done to indicate where our hardcore filling is. Now if you want to do for the next one, you don't need to repeat. Maybe if you have more time, then you can draw again, but you can decide to select and do what? Copy. So I'll pick here, I'm going to place it here, but it's more. So what I'll do is that you can align it, use the align tool. Now I need to align this line to here, then this one to this side. So I'll pick my align tool, modify align tool, then I'll pick this side, then I'll align here, then I'll pick that wall face, then I'll align this one to it. Okay, now you can, you see, if I say that there is drag pull and you can decide to drag and decide to drag it. Okay, but or you draw it, you draw all of them rather than say you copy. You draw all of them, so you choose which one you want to do. Okay, so this is our filled region. This is the filled region. Any question? Filled region. This is our filled region. Okay, so let's go. About we started 5:30 something. Right now 6:30 something. I know we are waiting for you. So let's go. What? I'm coming. Let's see. So we've done filled region. Then what are we going to do? Filled region. Now we are going to look at call out. But let me see whether I've done finish.
What is cable tray? Cable tray. Now you see if they are doing this kind of networking cables, or they are doing, how do you call it, trunking for electrical cables inside. You see those metal things that they do before they lay the pipes in, we call them cable tray.
Okay. You get it? Okay. But that one is more of a MEP.
Is it the pipes or the?
No, the tray is
yeah. Okay.
If you do, if they see they are doing central air conditioning, see those metal this and that is going to hold, we call them the cable trays. You get it?
It looks like aluminum.
Yeah, light something. You get it? Okay.
But those ones, I think it's mainly for bigger structures.
But if you have money, you can do small structure. It's your money. It is your money. If you don't have money, you don't think about. You don't think about. No, me, I'm not party. You don't think about them. You get it? If you have money, you're fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go. So now we are going to look at. Okay, let me teach you something.
Then I'm not sure what we discussed. We'll be able to finish today.
We are finishing today.
So ready.
I've done everything. It's left with what? Let's go. So now you see this. What is happening here? Now, if you look at it critically, this is our beam. This is our wall. This is our floor. You can see that all the hatch patterns are going through each other. In natural sense, it's not supposed to be so. You can't have your wall pattern going through your beam. It means you are telling us that the wall is going inside the beam. But it's not supposed to be so. Do you get it? So we have a tool called a joint tool that you can use to separate them. Like join the two, but then the hatch patterns will not go through each other. So what you do is that you come, click on your joint tool. Now look at the procedure in which I'm joining the thing. Now the first is select your beam and your wall. Now you can see that the wall pattern is no more going through. Then the next one you do is what? Select your floor and your beam. So now the floor and the beam have been connected. Now, but our wall pattern is going through the floor. So now you select your floor and your wall. Can you see? Let's go. Now, look at it. So my wall pattern, you see, is going through the beam and the floor. So I'll select the beam and the wall. Then the floor and the beam. Then the floor and the wall. See underneath it. Now, so you can do same this and this, this and this, this. And please, so don't miss it. If you miss it, you will see that thing is not working. So I beg you. So either wall, beam, those should be the first thing. Beam, wall, whether whichever one you choose, that the wall or the beam or the beam or the wall. Then when you finish, either the beam or the floor or the beam. Do you get it? Okay, so that's the way you have to go. Okay. So you do this to trim them nicely out. Okay, trim it nicely out and let it look neat. Okay, let it look neat. Okay, so now we also have what we call out.
So you have to do the other beams.
No, you are looking at only your elevation section. So your section, this is where, because you are cutting through the thing, so you want all those things to look neat out. Okay. Now let's look at what we call out. Now call out, sometimes you see that some people want to detail out their footing, or they want to detail out their eaves, the eaves area. Okay, now you know what they'll do is that in actual sense in AutoCAD you have to redraw this side, or someone will copy and trim the ones it has in it and keep it and detail it out. Do you get it? But here you will not do that. What you do is that you can call out just that region. Say I want to have only this region. Call out. Do you get it? Okay. Now the call out, we have it in two ways. You can use a rectangular call out, or you sketch now your own call out, the way you want the shape to be. Okay. So now let's say to call out, you go to your view tool. Under the view to come to your create panel. Under the create panel, after the section you see call out. Now when you drop, you have rectangular call out and the sketch call out. Now I'll use a rectangular one. So if I select, now what do you want to call out? I want to call out this footing. So I'll click to call out this footing. That's all. You have done it. So when you select it, you can move this. Maybe you don't want it to be in the model. You want to drag it somewhere here. Now this call out you've created, the moment you create it, it will give it to you in the section. You say section 1 call out 1, meaning this call out I did it on what? Section 1. So if you do it on section 2, it will see section 2 call out 1 or multiple. How many section you create, call out you create. Do you get it? Okay. Okay. Now, so I have call out this region. You can also call out here, whether you are doing it here or you are doing the other section view. Okay. So now I'll do sketch. So if I click on a sketch call out, then draw to open, then you will now sketch the way you want the call out to be. Do you get it?
Yeah.
You will sketch the way you want it to be. Then when you are done, you accept it. Then you have your call out in that form. Do you get it? Okay. So you see section 1 call out 2. Do you get it? Okay. Now you can go there and see what is there. So you see it has just call out just that region for you. Go to section 2. You will just see only that place. Then you can all label out. Okay. Now how do we label out? Now you go to your annotation tool, the text tool, click. Now the text, we have just the text, or the text with a straight leader line, or the text with 2 leader line, or the text with what, an arc leader line. You choose which one you want to do. Let's say I want to do this, so I can come and say, well, text. Do you get it? Then you label and say this is my purlins. Okay, you can do it maybe 50 by 75 mm purlins. Okay, what you have in the view. Okay, now there's something happening. Now my thing I've done, you not see it. I'll explain this very soon. Then I'll say my what, rain gutter. You get it? Rain gutter. Nicely. You can say what, your fascia. You get it? Fascia. Then you can say maybe your soffit. Nicely. Okay, soffit. Okay. Now all this thing that I have done, you can't see it. It is there. Now what is happening is that the crop view. This is the crop view. Now this is the, let me say the crop area. This is the crop area. But this is the crop view. What is viewing up to? Okay. Now this crop view, it means that the thing I have done is bigger than the crop view. So I'll just click and drag it, expand the crop view. Then I can see all those things in it. It means that maybe my text are too big. Okay, it's too big. So I can select it, then edit it. Go to the edit type. Then maybe I'll use a different text. Now this text is somewhere. I change it somewhere, so it's in the, when we do the dot tag, so it's still using the same thing. It has changed here. But if I don't want to have a problem, I want this one to also be different. That means I'll do a duplicate. Okay. Then I can now change its parameters over here. Okay, I can now change its parameters over here. Okay, so then I'll select all of this, then go and select the one I just duplicate right now. Okay, now you can see that the arrow, you see the arrow, this is an open type of arrow. If you want the one which is filled, select it, go to the edit type, then in the, how do you call it, arrow, leader arrowhead, it is using arrow 90 degrees. But maybe we want maybe filled type, the arrow which is filled. So I'll select this one, apply. Then you have it like this. Okay, you choose which one you want to use. Then I can select my filled region, then maybe drag it closer a bit. Okay, drag it closer nicely. But all this will be taken into our out sheet. When you are done, you can put the crop area out. This is the crop area. It is showing. We don't want it to show when we take it to the sheet, so we will put it off. Then we have only the thing showing like this, nicely done. Okay, same thing applies to the call out one here also. Okay, you can select your crop, expand it, then you can do what, maybe your this thing, you want to dimension it, your footing. So you dimension, say this is what my 450 concrete this thing. Okay, now there's something missing here. What do you think is missing here? We did this thing in a section, but when we did a call out, the thing is not showing. What do you think is not showing? Look at my section 1. Have you seen the call out? When you go there, there's something missing. What do you think is missing?
Okay.
The hardcore filling is not there. So we need to make sure the hardcore filling is showing. Now what you do is that you don't come and draw it here again. Now you go select the one which is inside your call out. So I'll select my hardcore. Then I'll click on the copy with what? Clipboard. Then I'll go back to my what? Section. Then I want to paste it here, but it should be at the same position. So what you do is that when you go to your paste drop down, you will say align to the same place where you copied it from. Whilst you are here, it should be at the same place. So you just click, then it should be at the same place. Remember to remember where it is and place it there for you. Okay, then you can also dimension it. So I'll pick my footing, pick my filling, do you get it? Then my floor, then you dimension it nicely down. Okay, then you can also label out text. Then I can use the text with maybe the app type. Okay, then I'll say my what? 150 mm oversight or concrete. Okay, now if you think it's like this, you can, when you do that, you can change the text type before you even start. Do you get it? Change the text type before you start. Then this will be my what? Hardcore filling. Okay, then you say this is your wall earth, nicely done. Then maybe your what? Foundation concrete. Nicely. So let me check the other one, which was way big. Okay, so select, now use this. Okay, and I can what? Bring it back nicely. Okay, then I'll put my crop area off nicely. So this is also nicely well done. Okay. Any question?
Oh, sir, what you are doing right now, and maybe there's a particular, maybe let me use the roofing as example. There's a particular name there, maybe you could do the items that you've forgotten it. You don't know, maybe how do you are going to identify?
Now normally what you do is that when you even select the thing to tell you what is there, the tooltip to even tell you what you've highlighted, the thing I've highlighted, give me the name of the thing.
Okay, when you put the cursor there.
Yeah. So you should know straight away what the thing is. Okay. Now also don't forget that you are the one doing the thing. So in your mind, you should know what you've done. You should know the name. If you don't know the name, then Charlie, you are copying something that you know. Because if I know I'm the one who put this thing here, so I should know that this is a rain gutter straight away. Nobody should come and ask me what is this. No, me who have done it, I should know that it's a rain gutter.
It's a general question that I asked.
Oh yeah.
Somebody maybe might come maybe for the school is a little bit limited, excuse me to use that word.
Yeah.
And there are certain things my mom needs to put it off.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't worry. But I'm also saying that, as I've said it, but you should take notice of what you are doing. Because before you even get here, that thing, you place it. So if you were able to place it, what were you placing?
Maybe you was also watching the video.
You were hearing, and you also do the same thing.
So it's a general question.
Okay, so now we can also go and annotate our section. So you maybe want to put in a dimension, the ceiling height, the levels. So you can pick your dimension and pick your floor. You can pick the top of your floor and your ceiling. You put in a ceiling height. Do you get it? You can dimension your tuple to your ground floor to your first floor and place it there nicely. Okay, if you want to do with the window, you do it. Do you get it? Okay. So this is a way to annotate your, how do you call it? Now some people will say you have to label the roof. No, that one is what you do on the roof plan. We'll get to that one. So if you can really don't, you don't need to go there. It's still the same labeling. So you go to your roof plan, you label the things out. So you use your text with a leader line. Okay, this is my pen at maybe 900 centers or 1,002 centers. This is my rain gutter. This is the roofing sheet.
So
You should do it. It's still the same thing. Hey, I'm in my screen, sorry. So in your roof. So ours is what? Pick your leader and say what? Label. This is what? So I'll say 0.5 mm what? Corrugated or aluminium corrugated long span roofing sheet. Nicely. Then you come. So I've done this one. Now I'll say maybe this is my rain gutter. So I'll say rain gutter. Then I'll say maybe this is my rafter. So I'll say maybe 50 by 150 mm rafter at 900 mm center to center. You get it? And you this is 50 by 75 mm pellets at 1,002 mm.
So that
The center. The pellets have been placed at. Instead of writing 80, I'm doing using that one at. Okay. Center to center. Okay. You can say your rich cap nicely. Okay. Okay. So we label. Now, if you want to say indicate the slope, how the slope is going, you go to your annotation tool. We have spot slope. Spot slope. Click on it. Then when you come, it will detect the slope. Now the slope type it is using here is what we call the rise and fall. Now we don't want rise and fall, we want an angle, degrees. So what you do is select it, go to the edit type. We are going to change the angle unit format which is in the rise and fall to what? Click in it and it take you to your unit format and change it to what? Degrees. You can also, your unit symbol is off. You can change it and say you want to see the unit symbol. Click OK. Apply OK. Then you have your angle showing. Now even this, there are a lot of things you can do there. Select, you can look at it, text, your color, text size, all those is font and all those you can change them. Okay. Okay, so this is just annotating what? Your roof plan. But don't forget to do what? Dimension the roof and also crop out. You need to crop out what you don't need. We did only the roof, so we need to crop out things we don't need. Hello. Don't leave everything there to be showing. You crop everything out nicely done, put it off. So you see we have only the roof what showing. You get it? You get it? Nice. So this is what I'm saying, annotating the call out in your roof. Okay, still the same thing. Okay, now here also you can come and put in your text and you can label the space. So maybe here will be what? Maybe the stair area. Okay, so I'll select and copy multiple. Then you should know what is here. This is another place, and this is the sitting area. So we'll say living area. Then this might be one of the bed, so maybe bedroom what? 1. Okay, maybe here was the washroom, but we cut the wall, but you should know the name you have to give it to that place. Okay, so you label it nicely. Okay, you label, you annotate your model, fine. your section neat. Okay. Any question? No question.
So sir, if this is the living room, you have to know the working space with it.
Or you can decide to give the dimension. If not, you can leave it. You get it? You can leave it. Okay, so let's go. The next thing. So we've looked at call out, how to call out a view, how to fill the region, how to annotate the call out view. We've also looked at visibility and graphics. So all this one we've done it from top to down. Oh, you see, that's why yesterday I said I'll do sheet. Sheet takes a lot of time. This ones I just pick. Do you get it? This one pa, you're gone. This is a new style I've been using of late. Previously, I'll start from the top, and by the time you get here, time is short. So I said no. The heavier, the ones which are more, I'll do it than the other ones. So we are left with what? 3D section, graphic display option, exploded view, object style. Now let's look at 3D section. 3D section is just like the way we did a section view. Is it? Yes, section view. Is it section? Yes, section box. Sorry, section box. But this time around, you will not use section box. What you do is that now you go to any of your floor plan where you want to do the section, the 3D view. Now let's say this is my bedroom. I want to see this in 3D. And I know, you see, we are on floor plan. With a section box, you go to 3D and put the box and be cutting.
Yes.
But this time around, we are not going to do that. Now, okay, I'm going to teach you two things. We have elevations and section view. So I don't forget the elevation. So what I want to see this in actual 3D, the bedroom alone. So what you do is that you do a box selection of that area. So I'll click and open a box around that area. Do you get it? Now when you finish, it has selected that place. That is the area you want to see in 3D. Then you come to your view tool here, not this view tool. This one here on your modifier, the view. Now under it we have what's called selection box. Now this one is not section box. This is selection box. So the thing you have selected, you want a box around it. So you click back, then it will show you the box of that place. Now, how will I say? Be very careful with this, in a sense that what I have done is still the default 3D. Do you get it? So you see it as well, default 3D. Instead of the whole thing be the default 3D, but you want that section in 3D, so it is giving you the default because it's just what you selected. I can decide to select the box and expand the box and get back my whole building. Do you get it? So this is my selection box. Then I can do a cut to expose the area I want to have. Okay, I can expose that area. Okay, to see what is in the bedroom. I want to have the 3D of the bedroom.
So you hide the red.
Nice one. If you're okay, then you just select the line, the section box, and do what? Hide it, so that that thing will not be there. You can also do a crop the place out. Okay, you can crop it out. So select, then crop out. Okay, you crop out. When you finish, put it off nicely. So this is our 3D view, section view. Now when you finish, please rename this thing. If you don't rename it, this is your default 3D. This is your 3D. The building angle said this is it too. Because it is seeing it as well, the default 3D. So when you finish, now sometimes you want to do something where you want to label out. Maybe you want to say this is the bed, this is the floor. Look at this. I'm going to pick text and I'll say this is the bed. So I'll say bed. You get it? Look at what I'm doing now. Then I'll say this, my floor. Okay. So this is what I have. Now, you see where the arrows are pointing? They are pointing where you want it. Now, by mistake, you don't know, then go and rotate the thing.
Okay.
You see what's happening?
Yes, sir.
You don't want by mistake. So what you do is that when you do okay, when you do this, even before you even label, let me even delete this one so that I will show you properly. This is the orientation I want my thing to be, and I want to keep it like this before I start labeling. So what you do is that you have to lock this view so that whatever happens it will not rotate. Do you get it? So to lock this view, you come down here, you see the house with the padlock on it. We call it the unlock 3D view. Then you click on it. Then you say save orientation and lock the view. So I'll click on it. Now the moment you do it, it will ask you to give it a name. Please give it a different name. This is not your 3D view. So I'll say maybe bedroom 3D bedroom view. Okay, maybe bedroom 3D view. So I say bedroom 3D view. Okay, then I'll save it. So it means that this thing has its own name. So if I want to see my actual 3D of the whole building, I'll get it. If you don't do that, this will be your default 3D.
Okay.
So the name has changed. Now if I want to rotate, you see it's not going. Because now I have locked the view. Then you can now do what? Label what? Out. So that you don't have a problem where by mistake you are doing something and the thing shifts. Do you get it? Okay? Okay. So this is the way to do the 3D section. Okay? So whichever view you want to call out. Let's say I want to call out my stair area. So you just open a section around it and just click. Pa. You see it is still also giving us 3D view. Okay? So you do what? You what? Label, you rechange it. You can rename it before you can even what? Save it. Okay? So this is what I want. So you can open to expose so that I can see your stair area nicely. Okay? Then you can label out. Hello. Nice. So this is the way to do your section, 3D sections. Okay? 3D section. Any question? Any question? No question. Okay. So we have no question. Now I want to teach you another thing we call elevation, room elevation. Now let's say this room, I want to see all the four sides of the room. So you can put in an elevation in that room. Then to give you all the four sides of the room. Do you get it? Okay. So how do you do that? So you go to your view tool. Then under the create panel, we have what's called the elevation. Drop down and use the elevation listen tool, not the framing elevation. Elevation, select. Then you come and place this elevation in the room. Now when you click, by default, it is only one side that has been activated for you. So if you want to activate all the four sides, select the thing. You will see these boxes by it. Just check them on. Check them. So now you can see all the four sides has been shown. Do you get it? So any of the view you want to see, if you double click any of them, it will give you that view. Do you get it? Now you can expand the and just maybe use your wall line. Okay, use your wall as the boundary. So this is the view for this room, that side that we are viewing. Do you get it? That side that we are viewing. Okay, nicely. So you have it all around your floor. Okay, so which of the view you want to see, you can also show. Okay, so all of them are here. Now, one thing about this is that it is on the plan view. We don't want this thing to be showing like that on the plan, even though we need it. So what we'll do is that we have to have tone it. We don't also want to hide it because we need to know that this is where the elevations are. So what you do is that you select it. You select all, multiple. Okay, and select multiple. Then you right click and say what? Override graphics in view by the element. Now it will open up this. Then we'll do what? Because it's visible, we want to half tone it. So we check the half tone, apply, click OK. So now see what is happening. It's not that bold, it's just half tone under it. Do you get it? Now this you can use it for any other thing. If you think the bed is too visible, you don't want it to be more, that you want to be half tone, just select it. Right click, graphics, half tone, the bed, apply. So you see the bed is there, but it looks like it's blending with the this thing. Do you get it? Okay, so you can do this for any of the room. Normally you can pick a room and do that. So if you see what we've done here, so for the kitchen, the four side of the kitchen, you see what's happening. The four side of the kitchen, so on this view, on this view, on this view, on this view, nicely. So if you spec the thing, you get all these things. You see your switch is there, your socket is there, nicely. This is things that will differentiate your work from others, and they can entice. It's not by force to put this in your drawing. It's not by force, but if you want your work to look different, you can go with that. Yeah, that one is central AC. I'm doing one for somebody right now.
Central AC.
Yeah, the one I'm doing for the person. You can see that I've already placed room elevation. So this is the room elevation I've done. So family area, you can see. So this is what I've done for the person. So you see the switch, your light, your air condition is there, your TV. Charlie, you kill the person. Yeah, you kill the person. So this one, if you are charging, you have no option. You have to pay. You get it? You have to pay. Okay, let's go. So we've done 3D section. Now let me show you object style. Then we'll come to graphic display. Object style, graphic display before we look at exploded view. Okay. Now what object style means is that now most of the items you have, they come with their default settings. Maybe you want to change their default setting. There's a type of line. Maybe you don't want it solid, you want it maybe hidden line. Do you get it? Or you want it dot. How do you do that? Now to do that, you have to go to the items, their actual distance, and go and change their default setting. Okay, so now which thing will I use? I want to use let me use the elevation, one of the elevation. Let me use the elevation to illustrate. So this is our south view. Now this south view, this is the way the south view is looking like. Now I want to show you something so that you see what the thing means. Now in this view, see the way you are seeing the building. Now we are using something we call thin line. Thin line. Thin line means that the view we are seeing, we don't want to display the actual line weight of all the items. We want everything to look like the same thing. So you put on the thin line, you can put it on and off. Now how do you put your thin line on? This is your thin line. Now it is off. If I want to now view, let the model show every item with its line weight, you just put it on. The moment you put it on, now you see what is happening. You see what is happening? See, I'll put it off, then put it on.
Okay.
You see the actual line weight.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the actual line weight for most of the item. Now it means that if you are going to print, before you finish your job, you want to save for PDF, you need to put your thin line on, so that every item and its line weight should be on before you print out. Okay, so now it is on. Now maybe it is on, but you are seeing the thing, you are not okay, they are not that. So what do you want to do? You want to change most of the default settings for them. So what you do is that, let me hide this so that we can see the topo surface. So that I'll show you. So this is our topo surface. So now I'll go to what we call manage to. Then under the manage to, under the setting panels, we have what's called object star. Object star. You click on it. Now when you click on your object star, we have what we call all the categories there. Then we have the align width, the align color, the align pattern. So object. So the model, we have its thing. Annotation also, we have its own. Then analytical, the imported items, families you download in. Now in all of them, you have their default projection and their default cut. In the cut view, how the line will look like. In the projection, how they will look like, their line width. Okay, then the line color, you can see that most of them by default is what? Black. Then the pattern, most of them is what? Solid. So now let's say I'll go to my topo surface. So I'm going to look for topo surface, and I see that okay, my topo surface, the line projection, if I'm seeing it, the projection is 1, the line width is 1. Maybe it's too small, so I can click and change it and say, oh, drop down. Now the line weight is from 1 to 16, so you can choose. So let's say my projection, I want it 5, so I've changed it to 5. Now look at this, look at my this thing, topo surface. I'm going to apply, then click OK. You see the difference now?
Yeah.
You see how it looks thicker here?
Yeah.
So meaning you are seeing the thing. Now if we cut, let's go to the cut section, end of the section. Now you see the surface one is different from the cut one.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So this is the way the line weight works. I should have even used the section view to explain it. So you can see if I put my line thin line off, you see how they look. If I put it on, every item and its own line weight. So in the object star, you can see every item, they have their projection 1 1 1 1 1. These are the default. Then they have, when you cut it, they also have their own this thing. Okay, so you can come to the object star and change them. Even the line pattern, if you don't want solid for something, click in it, drop. Then you have all the line patterns in it. Which one you want to use, you choose. Okay, okay. So it's for object, the model, annotation. So maybe you come to annotation object, maybe your grade line. You don't want your grade line to look black. So I'll look for my grade line. So this is my grade line. Where is it? Jane. Yeah, grade line. So grade line head. The grade line head, black. Maybe I don't want the grade line head black. So I'll select it. Then I'll say I want it. I've used red. You let me use red. Then I'll click OK. Apply. OK. So now see my grade line head. You get it? So this are what we do to change. Hello, that's what the object star does. So it will change. You can change the default setting for most of the item using the object star. Okay? Okay. Any question? No question. So you are good. Now you see the elevation. You see our elevation.
Yeah.
Now your elevation to you crop them. You have to crop them before you put it on a sheet. But I've learned something. Sometimes if you crop only the building, this one, and put on a sheet, it looks raw. Yeah, it looks raw. So what I've started doing is that I prefer leaving all the items there, but I put the one, especially the first one, I put it up so that I can see the building itself. But the other things which are there, maybe I want it this way. But the focus is supposed to be on the building. So what I'll do is that I'll select all these items and do what? Half tone them.
Yeah.
Do you get it? I'll select all of them and half tone it so that they don't look, that they look like blurred out. Do you get it? They look blurred out. All the other things which is not of focus, I'll select them, then half tone them. Okay, override the graphics, then half tone it. Okay, half tone it nicely down. Any other thing you don't want focus to be on it,
You can half tone it. Okay, you half tone it. Then maybe you can still crop out. Maybe yes, too much. But you should also look at your sheet too. If you don't take that, it means that the model you've done, you have to create more sheet. Maybe only this one, because you want to let everything show. Only this one will be on one sheet. But you can scale it up also. So look at the scaling also. So I'll hide this, then crop out nicely. Okay, so maybe this is what I'll take to my sheet. Okay, nicely done. I want all these things on it. You get it? Nice. Okay, so all your views, you crop them nicely. Now even this one, you can cast a shadow on it. See how it makes your elevation look like Charlie. Okay. Hey, you killed a person. Okay, nicely done. Okay. So now let's look at graphic display option. So we are left with two pair. 1, 2, 3. How to put the things on the sheet? Okay. Oh, but if you finish that, that's not the end. If you have a problem, you can pass by. Is that your section is ended, but it's not that you are done with the school. Okay. We have alumni page. I've shown you the alumni page where past students are. We put you there. So whatever issue you have, it's like a page for discussion, new things. So don't worry. Okay. So let's go to graphic display option. Now, what graphic display option is? What else is left?
You promised us something.
Oh, we'll do it before we go. Oh, at the end of the day, to be in the video. That's all. Or you want me to send you the video?
You record it then.
I have previous class videos. I can send it to you. If that's what you want. If you don't want it in yours, you can end it and I'll close there. I'll send you those videos.
What time are you closing? You give us them.
Now it's coming, boy. You will not come early. You want to close early. People cry. Those people will come. Those times can even go 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
But initial stage, I thought that was the time that we supposed to close.
No, you see, I was alerted. First, the time is, you see, if you're 5 to, the average change 5, it's not 5 to 8. In everything, 5 is 5 to 7.
No, but what Alice told me is 5 to 8.
That's 3 hours. But the course is supposed to be 2 hours. Previously, the evening classes, 8, 9, that's the time I close.
But that one makes sense.
But one of the class I was handling, this issue came up. They said the thing is 5 to 7. The moment it's 7, 9, I have to close. Yes. Yeah. They said from that time, whatever is not going.
Sometimes I understand that.
Yeah.
When you go to tertiary institutions, not for university, not for what the teaching and then they said they are security personnel. They said it's time. They all left the class just like that. University, you can't. It's time.
Yeah.
You give them so 9 to 2.
That's not
and now it's 3.
And those times I do from 5 to 8, 9. Sometimes we can be left with, let's say, like 3 days. Before we finish, 3 days is left. And we use it for just mop up. But that class, they said no. So they have to they alerted the administrators that no. It's supposed to be 7. But I'm trying to go beyond. So from that day,
you should have asked them.
Hey, no. You see, that's why there's an introducing thing I did.
Yeah.
And the time you are supposed to spend. That's the new thing that they've done. So every instructor is supposed to follow. Yeah.
That one, when it's 7, no, you should end it. Even if the thing I'm teaching what I've gotten, I have to finish. They say hey, 7.
But I think the time is not enough.
It's enough. You people are even doing more than the weekday people. The weekend.
The weekend is do 4 hours.
Yeah.
How many weeks? 8
8.
weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is just 3.
But you are doing every day.
Yes, every day 2 hours.
Okay, you will be short with 2 hours. 2 hours difference. Yeah, theirs should be 34.
Yeah.
And yours is 32. Actually, let's go. Oh, so me, I put it in my mind that I don't want problem.
Okay.
So when it's 7, we close here.
But today we don't close.
Oh, today they will not
Today we
close.
close 9.
And this is not the end. We can arrange for another day. Just that it might be only be weekend,
Okay.
no weekday.
Okay.
They get it. And the weekday, if I don't have class, I don't even pass here.
Okay.
Don't pass here.
I told you, the weekday that I said that we can come around, can you yourself will not believe.
The weekend.
The weekday that I said we can come with our issues. You yourself will not believe.
No, maybe I might not be around, but other facilitators will be around. But if you want to meet me out, maybe unless weekend, Saturdays.
This class today, to be honest, we are going to disturb you a bit.
Oh, that one is not a problem. If you call and you don't get me out.
We shouldn't disturb you.
See, watch. So let's look at graphic display option. Now, what graphic display option does is that now before you put your things on the sheet, you want to do some kind of editing. Do you get it? How the views you want the views to be. Do you get it? So the graphic display option, what you want to, how your model to be displayed before you take them to the sheet. Okay, so let's see what the graphic display option. So to go to the graphic display, you go to your visual star, click, you see graphic display option, click on it. Then when you click on it, it will open up the graphic display option here for you. So you have the graphic display option. So there are a lot of things you can set the thing to look like before you take it to your sheet and print out. Okay, so I'm using this front view as an example. So okay, my line thickness is on. So under the first thing we have the star. Now the star is what? Hidden line. This is showing what? Hidden line. You are using hidden line for your display. If you don't want hidden line, you can change it to what? Maybe shaded view. Apply. This is the way you want the thing to go and print. Now this shaded view, so their material, their shaded material color, that's what you see. Or you want it what? Realistic. So realistic view, that's after you've applied your material, the way you want the thing to look like, that is the way you want to go and print. Like, so you take it to your sheet and go and print. Do you get it? So if it's this way you want, you should be mindful that you'll be printing what? Color. So have you taken the money for color? If not, you do by you worker. Do you get it? So you need to know all these things. So whichever style you want to save your work in before you take it to your sheet. Okay. Now majority of time we do what we call hidden line. Okay. Majority of time we do hidden line. Okay. So you choose your hidden line. Now we also have what we call smooth line with anti-aliasing. Now it means that all the lines you see, it will be smoothing out for you if you check it on. So if I check my smooth line with anti-aliasing and apply, you see that now my lines will look more smoother. Do you get it? Okay? Or you don't see it well there. Let me zoom. I want the whole model to be visible. That's why. Okay. So let's see. Then, so let me uncheck it so that you see what's happening. So I uncheck and apply. You see what? The lines look normal. But if you add the smooth lines with anti-aliasing, you see how different they look like. Do you get it? Okay. Then if you want to also make the model look transparent. Now transparent means that what you are seeing, you want to see through the thing. So you can toggle your transparency, then apply. Now when you do this, you are trying to achieve what you call what? The wireframe. Do you get it? Okay. But you will not want to do this and go and print like client. Do you get it? So but in a situation you want to do it, this is it, you do it. Okay. Then we have what's called silhouette. Now in the silhouette, this is where you have some line types. They come with their own default line width. Okay, so you can change what you are seeing. We have a beyond, we have center line, we have demolished line, we have hidden lines, medium lines, overhead line, part, thin line, wide line. Now if I use medium lines and I apply, you see the way my model is looking?
Yeah.
The lines look medium, so it comes with its own default line width. Now I prefer using what we call wide lines and apply, so that I have the thing looking like this. So irrespective of wherever you are going to print, whether the person's toner is finished or not, your model there to come out nice. Okay, so you see what the graphic display is doing. So how you want your things to look like before you go and print them, that's what you do with the graphic display. Okay, then we have shadow. Now if you've not cast the shadow here, you can come here and cast it. Okay, now also be mindful that you see where the shadow is, those dark portion, you know, if you go and print, that place will be dark. On the machine we are seeing things, but when you go and print, black. But we have something we call, you can change the intensity of the shadow so that it loses the shadow, but when you print you still see your thing and the shadow is also there. Okay, we'll look at it very soon. Now if you also want to cast what's called the ambient shadow, you can cast it. If I check the ambient shadow and apply, see what happens. If you like it, you use it. If you don't like it, you uncheck and apply, and the ambient shadow, you take it off. Hello? Okay. Now we will also have what we call sketching line. Now maybe the client say, oh, send me a sketch, before we even think about drawing, like doing the thing. But to you can do the thing and just change the thing to look like a sketch and send to the client. If you say it's okay, you just come and change it back. So you don't waste time until the client approves before you come and start all over. You do your thing and say, okay, oh boy, you say sketch. Then you come to your sketching line. You need to enable the sketch line. So I'll enable. Now you know how when you are sketching, you have that kind of jitter. Okay? Then at the end, you also want to do some extension. So yours is, you increase your jitter line, or you can also increase your extension line. Apply. Then your thing will look like what? A sketch. Then you can send, even your floor plan to look like you've sketched it. Then you can send it to the client. If it's okay, oh, this sketch is nice, so you say, okay, let's do the thing. Yours is to come back, change the whole thing, reduce it, uncheck, apply, finish. You get your thing back. Nice one. That's right. Do you get it? Okay. Now, then we have what we call depth queuing. Now, what the depth queuing does is that it gives you what we call the fade start and the end location, or the fade limit. Now you are seeing the thing, you want to see how you are fading from the face, from the front or from the back. Do you get it? But sometimes this is, I've not used it before. I don't know, it doesn't help me show. But look at what happens. Now I want to show the depth. Now from the fade start to the end location, we have near and far. Now if I move the near to, let's say, 50% and I apply, look at what happens to my model. It means I'm fading from the start almost 50%. Now let's look at the back. If I fade from the far, apply, you see what's happening. Do you get it? Now the fade limit, you can also set it more to light or more to dark. If I want more to dark, you increase and apply. Then you see what happens. Okay, so you can tangle all this in, and whichever one you want, if it's okay for you, you print out. Okay, you save it and print out. But me, Charlie, I've shown you. So if you want to use it, you use it. Okay. Then we have lighting. Now in the lighting, this is where you have the intensity of the things to change. So we have for the sun, we have for the ambient light, we have for the shadow. Now here also you can throw the shadow, you can change the shadow direction, whether from the left, top left or top right. Okay, you can change it. Okay, so you can click and say maybe I want from the top left, apply. You will see where the shadow will go. Okay, or if you want it in section, you apply. You also see where the shadow will go. So whichever way you want it, you apply. Then when you finish, now you want to increase the intensity of the sun. You can increase the intensity of the sun to be more high, okay, or the ambient. Now if you apply that ambient, you can reduce the intensity of the ambient light. Okay, now we've used shadow. Now the shadow is using 50%. So it means that 50%. So you see, when you go and print, you'll be having these dark portions. But here's the case, we don't want to have that. So it means that we need to reduce the intensity of our shadow. So if I reduce the intensity of my shadow to, let's say, 10 and apply, look at what happens. You see that even though the shadow is there, but it looks lighter.
Yeah.
So when you print, you get it well. Now this thing, please test it too. Do one, print and see what happens. If you're okay with it, then you know that anytime you are setting your shadow, you know where to set it at. Me, I set it at 3. So there are some I do 5 or 3. So you check. Okay, so if I do 5 here and I apply, so you see what's happening. Even though the shadow is there,
But
see, sometimes on your machine you will not see, but if you print out, it will be showing.
But here you can see it.
Oh yeah, you will see it. Yeah, you will see it. Sometimes you don't even see it, but it is still there. But if you print out, it will show you where the shadow is. Okay, okay. So you can do this. Okay, you can set it like this, neatly done. Now when you go to realistic, now realistic means that if we were doing modeling, we change it to the model view. If you have changed the model view to realistic, this thing will be active for us. Do you get it? For us to control how dark or how bright we want our realistic. Okay, but since you are using hidden line, it is not active. If you use what we call realistic, you will see that this thing is now active. Then you can now change this and set it well. Okay, you can do the color correction. Okay, but if you don't want it, master hidden line, that's if you are going to do what the client is going to pay for big money. Yeah. Okay, now then the last thing is what's called background. So you can also add a background on your elevation. Now the background there, even if I say it, you should know it means you'll be creating what color, because you can't add background and go and print black. So if you want background, you click on your background. Then we also have sky. You apply. If you want sky, you apply. Then you see a sky applied around your background. If you don't want sky, you maybe want a gradient. Pick a gradient. Now the gradient will give you the sky, the horizon, and the ground. So you have the sky, the horizon, and the ground, and they have their colors here. You can change it to suit which one you want. Okay, you can change the colors. Okay, if not, you want an image, you go and bring in an image. Okay, and put at your background. If not, you go back to what? None. Apply. Okay, so this is the graphic display option. Now, all these settings we've done, we don't want a situation where we did it with the front view. So if we want the same thing at the back view, we have to come and go through the whole process. No. So what we'll do is that what we've done here, all these settings, we will save it as a view template. So that we have that setting down. In any other view, we'll just go and pick this view template and apply. And all the things we've done will be applied to that view template. Okay, so but first of all, you need to save the view template. So you click on your view template, then it will ask you to give it a name. So let's say I'll give it FF. Okay, then I'll click on OK. Then I can now, so it has created that view template for us. So I'll say OK. Then I can now finish this one. So now my front view, I have done that settings for it. Now, if I go to another view, let's say this is the back view. I want the same setting that I've done with that one to be applied here. So what you do is that you come to your property, scroll down to where we have what we call the identity data. You will see view template. It is set to none. So you click in it, then go and look for the view template we created, FF, select, then apply that view template on the thing. Do you get it? Don't forget you have tone things you don't want to see. Okay, so you go to the another view, Yours is to what? Go pick, then apply that view template. Apply it on it. Nicely done. Now, when you come to the floor plan, now it means that this is what we've done. You can apply even to your sections, all of them. But you can't apply this to your floor plan. It means with the floor plan, you have to do another one. Do you get it? Do you get what I mean? So let's say I'll go to one of my floor plan. Then maybe this floor plan, I want to go through the same process. Set one for every floor plan. So your ground floor, first floor, your roof plan, all those plans. So I'll go graphic display option. Then I'll go through the same process. Hidden lines, smoothing, anti-aliasing. Then I'll choose wild lines. Then maybe I want to cast a shadow. So I'll cast a shadow here. Then I'll check my lightening. Then I'll reduce the intensity of my shadow. Do you get it? Then I'll apply. Then you see what's happening to my ground floor. Okay. Then I'll save this one also. F1. Then I'll click on OK to save that template for me. I have it. So if I go to my first floor, I'll just go look for that template, FF1, apply for this one. Do you get it? You go to your roof. You go to your roof. Then you apply the same view template. So this one will work on all floor plan. So you see how the thing looks more thicker, more. Do you get it? Okay. Okay, so this is the way to do your graphic display option. Any question? Nice one. Last one. Exploded view. They will now look at sheet and print out. Exploded view. The other thing is that I can give you a video on it, right?
No.
The pricing and what? Which thing again we are looking at?
Then
What?
exporting to PDF.
Scaling. Oh, that one will do it. It's not that big of a deal, so we'll do it.
Would picking an object or how do you call it? Floor plan.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, don't worry. Those things they're not anything bigger here. Don't worry. We'll not close early. Yeah, we'll do it. Okay, we'll do everything.
The activation.
They said let them start the activation for you.
I don't have the key here. Oh. They've not left the pen drive too. They are not even. I thought by now Ahmed will come. He has not come yet. Don't worry. When we are here, anytime you can pass. Even tomorrow if you come, tomorrow we have a new class, so you can pass in the morning and go, or even in the afternoon. I'll be teaching from morning to 5.
I'll go to church.
So if you close her.
Just to 5.
To 6.
You read just from morning to 6.
So don't worry. So Monday.
Saturday. You are Saturday, yeah?
What will be happening in the day?
So don't worry. Monday you can still pass by. Yeah.
Monday will come.
I'm praying that Monday I have a class.
Monday will come. We'll come and meet you.
That's why I'm praying that. Well, normally there's a break.
Yeah.
There's a break in it. Okay, so let's go to exploded view. Now in our exploded view, we are going to use the default 3D for the exploded view. Now what the exploded view means is that, let's say, you see the way we've modeled the thing.
Yeah.
We want maybe the roof on its own, the first floor on this own. Then we can maybe open up our walls to see all those things in 3D and see how everything comes together. Okay, so it's like exploding the parts of the building out. Okay, now we are going to use the 3D. So now you don't want also to use the default 3D and do that. If you want a 3D but you see the building exploded, so it means that we need to rename. Yeah, don't. If I
You have to rename
you
it.
just rename. If I go and click, if I rename this and click default 3D to give me another one
And
again.
you lock it.
No, this I don't. You can still lock it. It depends. Okay. So what you do is that this default 3D, I'll rename it and say what?
Something is outside the wall. What is that?
Where?
It's
Which
the
one?
pool.
Yeah.
Is the pool.
The pool is the
Don't forget, we'll look at how to position the septic tank and connection for our block plan. So I'll say this is my exploded, I'm renaming it exploded 3D view. So the moment you do that, you will see that the name will also change over here. So this is on its own. If I click on 3D again, I'll get another one, and this is the default one. Okay, so whatever I'm doing on this will only be for this. It will not affect that one. But if you don't rename it, you see the 3D you are seeing there is not like 3D, the default 3D. So whatever default you are, if you change the default, everything you want, that is the default. So if you go and work on the default, it means the thing you are doing, that's the default you are seeing. Okay? Okay. So now, if you want to do the exploded view, now one thing you need to know how you want to do the exploded view. Now, you have to decide, oh, do I want the roof, the ceiling, the first floor, then maybe the ground floor, you want to open up a wall, or you want everything concerning the roof and the ceiling, one, then your first floor, then your ground floor. So you need to look at it. Now, first of all, it's good if you are in the elevation, the 3D elevation, not the actual elevation. The 3D, you go and see the front of the building so that you can see. Because when you are moving in 3D, you need to be, you have three things working, your X, Y, and Z working. So you need to know how you are moving. If you are going up and you are in the angle direction, how do you know that this is going straight up? You are moving, you might be going diagonal, I don't know. No. So it's better if you are facing the thing, so that when you are moving it, you know you are either going up or you are going sideways. Okay? Okay. So let's say to us, we want to do the roof and everything as one item. So what you do is that you select everything. Okay? So now this selection, if you are not sure of the things you've selected which are part of this, you go to your filter. Then anything you don't want in this, you uncheck them out. Do you get it? So let's say I have some extrusion wall, this is sweep here, I don't need it. So I'll uncheck that wall sweep. You see what has happened? Then all this thing, I want it as one item. So with this selection, you go to the top where we have what you call, you see this exploded box, we call it the displaced element. Okay? So with that, you click on it. The moment you click on it, everything you selected concerning your room will now become an item, one. Then you see three arrows on it. There's a blue, there's a red, there's a green. Now, what the blue means is that if you want to move the item vertical, you click on the blue, hold it, and move it vertical. If you want to go horizontal, you click on the red. If you want to go diagonal, on the green. You can't click on green and say you want to go up, down. It will not work. Okay? So if I want to move this, I'll click, hold, then I can now move it. See, if I want to go this way, see it's not going. Yeah. So you can either go up. If you want to go this way, then you can now click on the red and go. Now, look at this. So I have removed what? My roof, which is hanging. Okay? Then maybe I want the first floor to also go. So I'll go. Then I'll select my first floor. So I'll do what? A box selection, select the first floor. Then you can check if there's something you don't want, you uncheck it. Okay? Then you click on your displaced element, then everything becomes one. Then you can also move this one nicely. Okay? Nicely done. You get it? You get it? Okay. So let me select this and move it further. Okay, nice. Okay, so now let's say our wall, which wall should we move? Let's say I want to move this wall. No, let me move this wall rather. I'll move this wall. I want to move this wall. So I'll face that wall. So I'll select that wall. Okay, then I'll say, well, I can filter and see what has been selected. Okay, then I'll say, well, explode. Then I'll move red. You see what's happening? Yeah. Okay, then you go and you see that that wall has also been moved out. Okay, nicely done. Now sometimes you realize that, let's say you see this lightning here, I don't want the lighting, I want it back at its position. So what you do is that you can remove things from your exploded thing. Okay, so you can also add up. You get, maybe you move something didn't go with it, you can go and add up to what you want to add to. Okay, so let's say I want to remove this lighting, I want it to come back to its original. So you select this, then you say edit the what displace element. So I'll click on it, then you have this thing open up. Now what you want to remove from here, you click on remove, then go and click on that thing and remove it. Then you see the thing will come back to its original position.
Oh, okay.
Do you get it?
So the moment you click,
it will go back to its original position.
oh, okay.
If you also want to add up, whatever you want to add up, you click add, then select the thing, and the thing will go and add up to that. Do you get it? Okay, if you are done, click on finish to finish. Okay, so now you see that lighting has come back to its original place. Okay, nicely done. Okay, if you want this label to go and join this, do you get it? What you do is I select this, it is this one you want it to join. So I'll select this, edit, then I'll say add, then I'll come and pick and I'll add. Do you get it? Then I'll finish, then you see this will go and add up to it. Okay? Okay. Now when you are done, you can also tell us the way you move the thing. You can show us the part where you move the thing from. Do you get it? So let's say I want to show where this roof was coming from. So you select it, then you click, you have the part here, select the part, then come and show us where the part you move the thing from. So to show you where the thing was moved from. So it was moved from this point to that point. You can also show us where the floor also was moved from. Then even this wall, you see, if you select, it will show you where it moved from.
Okay.
Do you get it? To show you where the thing was moved from. So you can show the part to which you move the item. Okay? Okay. So this is a way to do your exploded view. You can show it in realistic. You can show it in what? Shaded view. Okay? It's all up to you. You can show it in realistic. You can show it in what? Shaded view. Okay? Shaded view. Or you do what? Hidden lines. Maybe you print black, so you do hidden lines. You can also cast a shadow. Do you get it? You can check the intensity of the shadow. Don't forget, because you'll be printing, so you can check the intensity of your shadow. Reduce it a bit. Okay, apply. Okay, nicely done. Before you also take to your sheet, you do a crop out. Okay, you don't want a lot of things, so you can crop it out. Okay, you can crop it out, crop the thing up. You can crop the thing up. Okay, crop it up nicely. Okay, then you put your crop region off. Any question? Any question? No question. Hey, it's me who suffer. So when I'm coming, settle, come and teach.
7 a.m.
Okay, a new class.
Hey, why is your fish on?
I have a new class to
A
teach.
new class.
Match. New class.
They also come to do.
It's very easy. That's why normally sometimes I try to finish before Friday. So on Friday we just do more for more. And go and sleep.
More.
Okay, so now we are done with the exploded view. So now let's look at how to put the things on our sheet and print. How do we put it on a sheet and print? Now you need to make sure everything that you've created, you've set them well. You've arranged the way you want them, you've cropped what you have cropped before you bring it onto your sheet. Okay, so now let's say we have a ground floor. So I'll go to my sheet. So I'll go and open my ground floor sheet. The ground floor sheet we created. So this is our ground floor sheet. So we need to bring what? Our ground floor here. So to bring your ground floor, you need to make sure you've set everything concerning your ground floor. You've done the scale, the cropping, everything nice. Then you come to your ground floor, select, drag, release. Then you place your ground floor. That's all. Finish.
Oh. I thought.
Okay, let's go. So the simple way is to bring what your thing onto the sheet. Then you can position it well. You just click and move it and position it well. Now make sure your crop region is off on your sheet. Otherwise, if that box is by the sheet, when you come here, it will also be showing.
Okay.
So every time you finish your this thing, put the crop region off. This, see that crop region?
Yes, sir.
When you finish, put it off. Okay, so it doesn't show. Otherwise, it will show when you put it on your sheet. Okay, now whichever floor plan, the name you see there, that is the name you to come with. You don't come and write this. Oh, you just drag your ground floor there. So it is ground floor. That is all you see. Now this is a parameter. So maybe in case you think the line is too long, how do you reduce? Because if I select this, you don't see anything to reduce. Now you need to select the thing you brought. When you click on the thing you brought, you see the node showing. Then you can now click on the node and drag it to where you want. Then even this, you can reposition it where you want to place it. Okay, now you see that it's coming with the scale of what? 1:100. So you will see your scale 1:100. Don't worry, when you are printing, this will not show. Okay, this will not show. It's just only your scale that will show. Okay, now in case you go to your ground floor and realize that, oh no, my scale, this is a scale. You want to work in a different scale. Maybe you want it bigger. Now the bigger the scale, the smaller the model. The smaller the scale, the bigger the object. Okay, so you want the model to be big. So you select. Then let's say I'm doing a scale of 1:. If the scale is also not here, you can go to custom and put in your own scale. This is not for you to say you are doing calculation scale factor. No, type the scale you want. It will do that for you. Okay, so let's say I'm looking for a scale of 1:75. So I'll come and type 1:75. Then it will scale up. Now you will not see the effect here. Now if you go to your sheet, then you see the effect. So you see how now it looks big. So now you have to now come and select and move it into your sheet well. Okay, make sure it doesn't. Now this is over. Select and move it into your nice now. Hello. So this is it all. So if you want multiple things on one sheet, let's say a derivation. So let's say, let me create a sheet. So I'll say sheet, right click, new sheet, select. Okay. Then I'll go and pick my elevation. So let's say I'm bringing the first elevation south, and I drag it. Now, if the elevation is your front view, please name it front view. If you don't name it front view, whatever name is there, that is the name to come with. Okay. So I have my elevation nicely. Then maybe I'll go for the north view also, drag it in. Then I'll also place the north view in it. Okay, so you see what's happening. Now you might think, oh, the scale 1:100 is not, I don't have a lot on it. So what I'll do is that I'll go and change the scale. Now you see, I'll go to the floor plan, go to the scale, and let me do it maybe 1:150. Okay, 1:150. So if I come, you see what is happening to my grade line.
Yeah.
See the bubble head becomes very big. Okay, now the scale doesn't affect it, but look at what happened to the model. Is that now the model is smaller and it can fit my what sheet. Okay. Now I have done for this, so you can see 1:150, but look at this one, 1:100. Now look at what is happening here. You see what is happening here? What's the scale? As what? Indicated. You can't put all the two there. So it's telling you whatever scale you are seeing there, as indicated, that is the scale. If it is the same scale, it will just put the same scale there. Okay? It will not say 1:100 then comma 1 is no. Wherever you are seeing the scale, that is where it is. Now you can be here and also open it up and work on the scale. Because if I select this, it's like you've taken your ground floor and you have put here. Now, if I want to change this scale also, it doesn't mean I need to go to my ground the south view, open it and go and put it there. What you can do is that you can open the south view from here. So to open the south view, you double click inside. So now it has opened like that's how view for you. So now you can see that your scales are now on. So every other tool is also on you can use. So I can change my scale also here. I can change the scale also here. Now when you finish, you need to click out to close the thing. Do you get it? To close it out, okay? Then you can have it nicely done. Now you can't place the same view or the same this thing on multiple sheets. You place south view here, you go to another sheet, you want to place south view, to not work. It will tell you that view is already on a sheet. Do you get it? Okay, so this is the way you move your item. So everything you've created, your schedule, your legend, you just move them onto the sheet. So you might have created a lot of sheets, you might have given them the names. Then whichever, then you just move the thing and go and put it on this sheet. Finish. Do you get it? Now don't forget, you need to also create a cover page where you put your 3D. So the sheet you create, there's not going to be any title block. It's going to be open. So let's say I have a title block, so let me bring it in. So I'll say sheet, load in. Then I'll go and load in title block. Okay, I don't have this one here, so I have it on. How will I get it? Okay, let me see whether it is here. No, it's not here. Okay, what I'll do, I have it on my machine, so let me go to my family. But you need to create like the way we did the sheet. So in that sense, you create one, you delete the title block in it and leave only the sheet, then save it, give it as well cover page, so that every time you need a cover page, you have it there. Okay, so families, I have some cover page here. I'm going to pick that cover page. It's just an empty sheet. Empty sheet. To buy mouse this evening. Mouse has been. No, it's in a folder. So you create for each and every size. So A3, you get it. So I brought it here. So it's inside. So I'll click on sheet, new sheet, and I'll look for cover page, and I'll create. So A3 cover page. If you want an A4, pick an A4 sheet and create its cover page. So here I need to bring my 3D. Do you get it? Now two ways of bringing it. Remember we save our 3D view to the rendering. Now this is the picture. Now when you drag the picture into it, now this is the way the picture will look. With the one you save to the project, it comes with the lowest scale, 1:1. You can't increase. If you increase, if the scale is big, the thing looks small. If the scale is small, the thing looks big. Now this is the lowest it has. So how then do you increase? Do you get it? So with this, what you do is that it's preferable the one you save onto your machine. That one looks very bigger. Okay, so you go to insert, then go to import image. Then look for that image on your, I saved it on my desktop, right? Look for that image. Yeah, look for that image. Then you see how big it is. Then you can come and place it. Hey, this is not your own. That's not your own. This is your own. Place it in. Yeah. Now the proportion is locked. So if you increase one side, to still keep the same distance, okay? So you can increase and make it bigger. Then it's on your cover page. Then you pick your text tool. Text, do you get it? Pick your text tool. Text, pick the text. Then you type propose, right? Propose 2-bedroom, 2-story, right? 2-story. 4-bedroom house, so and so at whatever. Now if you finish,
You can see that the thing looks a bit smaller. So you can select, then edit, you can duplicate and change, because you don't know where that text you've used it at. Okay, so you can change and do this. If it's too, it's going beyond, click on this and drag it in. Okay, then you can even center your this thing nicely. Yeah. So you have your cover page also created. Any question? So everything you've done, move them onto the sheet. You get it?
It's like preset template. It's like a preset template for it.
So you have everything, you put it on your sheet. You drag them onto your sheet, drag them onto your sheet, drag them onto your sheet. Okay, any question? Any question? Sheet down. If there's any problem with the sheet, how to bring the thing. Now I've said you can't bring multiple things, you can't put multiple view, same view on multiple sheets. Rivet will not even allow you. Like the way when we are doing the green line, and when you want to rename it, and the number is already there, it will not work. You tell you that thing is already here. This one is even telling you that the thing you are trying to put on this sheet is already on the sheet, so it can't be placed there again. Okay. So this is the way to place your items on the sheet. Okay. So now, if no question, let's go. Now we are going to print. How do you print? We are assuming that you've placed all your things on the sheet, so you need to print the thing out. Okay, so to print, you just type what? Control P. Do you get it? Control P to print. Okay, or you click on the print here. Do you get it? The shortcut print here, you click on it. Now when you click on it, there are some things you need to check. Now you need to know if you are connected to the printer, you see the, you have to choose the printer there. If you are not connected and you need to save into a PDF, you have to pick and save it in that format. Okay. Then the next thing is that you look at what we call the file. Now in Rivet, you can save an item as a booklet as one, but when you print, it will print separately. Or you save the item individually. You get it? So how do you want to save the thing? Do I want to save, combine all the view, all the selected sheet as one file, so that whatever I save, it will just be only one file? If I go and I'm going to print, it will print separate sheet out for me. So you choose, either you want combine multiple view or you want separate views. You choose them. Do you get it? Okay, so let's say we want combine, so I'll choose combine. Then here it will already detect where you have been saving your item. Okay, to detect, but sometimes you can also browse and set it where you want it. Okay, now how do we print is the problem. How do we print? Now to print, we have the print range. Now none of you has used AutoCAD, so even if I explain it, you will not get it. If you have used AutoCAD, everything you want to print, you come and select and print. Yes, who is that? Young boy, right? So in AutoCAD, when you want to print, everything you want to print, you come and select and print it. Do you get it? But here, now they've done it simple in such a way that whatever you want to print. Now first of all, we need to also set the page. You need to set it up. So you go to your setup, the setting, then you need to choose the paper size you want to use. So here we'll go into our paper size and look for our A3. Then when you pick your A3, now the orientation is mostly set to landscape. Okay, unless you want it otherwise. Okay, then you come to your zoom. Now under the zoom, we have fit to page and zoom. Now fit to page means that if you look at this how do you call it, screen. Now if you do fit to page, now sometimes if this is, let's say we assume this is our sheet, this is our sheet. Now fit to page, sometimes it gives you a bigger gap from the distance, your sheet size.
Okay, so it leaves big spaces out, meaning you want to fit the model onto the sheet. Now it's good if you do that, but sometimes it's like we are wasting the space. So but when you do what you call zoom, when you click on zoom, it will be zoomed to 100% for you. Now what the 100% does is that, let's say if this is our sheet, so it means that this white place is where the model will be. So it will leave this small space around the sheet for you. So you make maximum use of your sheet. Do you get it? And it's good if you do zoom, so that it fills the whole thing out. You just leave that small gap
off. The picture quality too, you're going to get it.
Oh yeah, it's the same. That it's not like it's stretching the thing. No, it's just fitting the thing onto the sheet well for you. Okay, so when you do that, set it to zoom 100%. Now apart from this, if you know whatever you are doing, you do the changes. If you don't know anything, leave it. The only thing you are changing here, your paper size, set your zoom, and if you want portrait on landscape, you check it. Most of the time it's set to landscape. Okay, then click on OK. So now with that done, then what do we want to print? So the thing we want to print, first of all, we have the print range. Now we have first current view. Now current view means that the current view that we are seeing, which is this, you want to print it. So you select it, print current view, then you click on print, then to print this current view for us. If you don't want the current view, now look at it. We have what we call visible portion of the current view. Now which is the visible portion of the current view? Which is the visible portion of the current view?
The building.
Which building? You are printing your sheet too. Now the visible portion of the current view is this. It will print here out. This thing will blur out that view, because we say visible portion of the current view. So the portion of the current view that you can see, print it. Okay, now then we have what we call select view or sheet, meaning in our model we have views. The views you've created, that's your floor plans, are all your views. Then the things you've also put on your sheet. So that is what we are looking for. So we'll go to select views or sheet. Then we need to choose what we want to print. So we'll go to select. Then now in the select, all the things you've done, you will see it here. Your views and your sheet, everything is here. All your 3Ds, your floor plans, everything you've created, you see it. Now what do you want to print? You need to check it. Now let's say maybe I don't want the views, I want everything I put on my sheet. So I'll check my view off. Then I'm left with everything I have put on the sheet. So whichever number of sheets you've created, it will give it to you. Then even that, you need to check the things you want to print. So let's say the things I want to print, I'll check them. If it's all you want to print, you just say check all, then you select. Then you come and click on what? OK. Now it will ask you that you want to save this setting, so that subsequent drawings you do want to print, it will use the same setting. You can say yes, you can save it, or you can say no. Then I'll click on what? OK. Then it will ask me to save my work. Where do I want? Now if you have a printer, it will straight away start printing. Now we are saving to PDF and where it prints. So I'll choose where I want to save it, give it a name, then that is all. Then you see that it will pop up. The thing you want to print, it will save for you. Then you see it will open up. So you see our 3D, our thing we want to print. So this is it on the sheet. So you see the gap I was talking about, neatly done. So these are the things we've placed on our sheet. Then we'll go and print it out. Finish. Get it. So you see how the shadow is looking. Everything will be showing. No, everything will be showing. Okay. Any question?
You said the septic tank.
The septic tank, yeah, the block plan. Okay. Normally, your block plan, which is your site, you also add it to your work. So here, or you need to show where your
side to be. You also need to show your text and label the room. Do you get it? You label the room. So you need to pick a septic tank. If you don't have a septic tank, go online. There's a septic tank. Look for a septic tank. There's service side there. You see, yeah. So we have a septic tank. Where's a septic tank? Plumbing. So you see a septic tank inside. So I'll drag it in. Then you need to know where you are positioning the septic tank. Okay. Sometimes it depends on where you have more of your washrooms. So it makes it easier for your piping to reduce the cost of your material for piping to reduce. So let's say assume that we have more of our washroom on this side. Okay, so I'm putting my septic tank somewhere here. So I can also align it. Okay, can align it nicely. Then position the septic tank nicely. Now when you do this, in actual sense, you who is doing the rivet class, it means you do line to indicate the connection from the building to it. Now we are doing MEP, we will draw pipe and you draw a pipe, you draw the pipe and you see the pipe. Okay. So what you do is that after positioning your septic tank, now let's see if in the 3D it has extruded out. Where is it? Okay, it's flashing. It's flashing, yeah. So that's the way we want it. It's flashing with the ground. Okay, so it's good. Or if you want it up a bit, you can decide to bring it up a bit. Okay, nicely. So we have our septic tank there. So now we are going to do the connection. So wherever you know you are connecting, water is coming up from, waste is coming up from a building, you do that connection. And also you can create the chambers. Now you can create the chambers using what we call the field region to create a chamber. If not, you go online, download a chamber. Do you get it? I don't think in the plumbing there's a chamber. There's no chamber. But you can. I use field region to do that. So I'll go to annotation, pick a field region, then come and just draw a box. Okay, let's draw a box. Okay, then I'll accept. Now this box is coming with a field region. Now if you go and edit this, don't forget your what? Hardcore filling. It's still the same. It means one has to be, give it a different name so that I can now. So I'll select this, edit, duplicate. Then I'll say I'll put this into what? None. I don't need any pattern inside. You get it? Okay. So this will be none. There will not be any pattern inside. Then I can try and rotate it well. Then I can position them. Let me rotate it well again. Okay. Then I can position them well. So maybe where this is where my sink will be, maybe washrooms will also be there. Then I'll copy multiple. Okay, copy multiple, position. Maybe there was washroom over there, so copy multiple. Okay. If you want to, you can align them well. Okay. Then I'll use my line to detail line to indicate the connection. You get it? To indicate the connection. You get it? Then you pick your text tool. Then you do what? Put a text. IC, inspection chamber. Okay. Then I'll copy multiple, place it in. Nicely done. You get it? Hello? Nice.
So when you go to your 3D to show,
this will not show because it's normal line.
Oh, okay.
That's what I say. When you do the MEP, you see the pipe itself. Your pipe, even the ones coming from your
set. It's also good to do the
MEP. From this mosquito. I hear to somebody sleeps here.
Somebody sleeps here.
So from this mosquito. Then the person.
This room.
No, this is a washroom.
Washroom.
It's like washroom, bathroom.
They can come from themselves. Maybe the bathroom, the drink.
Nah, we hardly open it.
When I open it, I say, oh.
Oh, it's washroom.
Yeah.
The room is by the side. The other door, that's great. Okay, so this is our block plan. Okay, this is a nice block plan. Now, sometimes you want to differentiate this, so your floor, you can put a pattern on the floor so that on block plan it shows that this is a paved area. So you can select the floor, go to the edit type, go to the edit structure, then the material which is there, go to its property, the material, then in the graphics put a pattern. You say there's no pattern on it, so you can put a pattern on it, so it indicates that you can see that there's a pattern on your drive area. Do you get it? Okay, so that to show that there's a pattern on your drive area, so you have that pattern, show it. Okay, you know what is happening? I put a paint. So it is that paint you have to go and put the pattern on. Hello? Do you remember the paint? You don't remember the paint?
That was wrong. The paint itself has some pattern on it.
No, the name of the paint itself. Because that is what we've applied here. If I remove the paint, you see the floor and its pattern I have placed. It's on the floor rather, but it's supposed to be on the paint. So I need to look at the paint. So let me see. I have a tool I can use to detect the material I used. But that one you don't have it all. So don't worry.
You don't have it.
Why?
Why don't you have it?
You don't have it. That one it comes with V-Ray. So I use oak, wood oak. Okay, so I have to go to, I can go to material straight. Okay, go to material straight. Then look for the wood oak. Okay, then you see there's no pattern on it. And I can put that pattern on it. Okay, I can put that pattern on it. So at the end of the day, you see that pattern on it. So if I go to my site, so you see the pattern is on it. But wherever that material is, that's the pattern you see. So you see I see in my room. You get it? So you should be mindful of that. Okay? You should be mindful of it. Nicely done. Okay. So we are finished. Now let's look at the things I said I want to teach you. But first of all, there's this thing we call, you can export to AutoCAD. But will you like to do AutoCAD?
We'll do it.
No, like, will you be exporting the thing to AutoCAD? But okay, don't worry, let me teach you. It is done, so it is in the course we are supposed to teach you. So you go to, now what you want to export, you can export to. Anything you want to export. So let's say if I want to export, I'll go to File, go to Export, then I'll choose a card format, DWG, select, that's the format for AutoCAD. Okay, then when you come to this section, now what do you want to export? Now currently it is showing us the current view. Now if it's not a current view you want to export, you go to where we have the export, say everything in the sheet, then you come and say all views in the model. Then to give you every view in the model, then you will choose what you want to export. Currently it's choosing the side. Maybe you don't want the side, maybe I want the floor plan, the ground floor. So I'll check the ground floor. Then what again? What should we bring again? Even if you want to bring the rendered picture that you've saved, you can also bring it in. So let me choose one of the section. Now let me choose a 3D section. So then I'll click on next. Then to ask you to save it, where do you want to save it? Okay, where you want to save it, you save it. Okay, so let me go to this desktop, libraries, new folder, new folder. Okay, then I'll save it here. Okay, so I've saved it here. Okay, so now if you want to open it, it means now you go to you open your AutoCAD software. Okay, you open your AutoCAD software, then you will now, whatever you saved, you come and open it there. So if I go there, and I'll go and open file, then I'll look for
the thing I saved now, new folder, February. Yeah, these two. And you can open it up. Then you see how sharp and neat it is when it comes to AutoCAD. Even your 3D card, you can export it, convert it to AutoCAD. You get it nicely. This is the section, and this is the floor plan. Nicely done. You see that everything will be on its own scale. The grid line has its own layer. The dimension is own layer. The walls, they have their own layer. Everything neatly done. Are you okay? So there are sometimes maybe the client wants to have a look. He doesn't have the software, so he can, maybe he has an AutoCAD. You can convert the file into AutoCAD and send it to him. The client to have a look at. Okay, nice. So this is the way it looks in AutoCAD.
But it will not give you the actual color of it.
Like how?
If you want the color itself.
The building.
Like the 3D, yeah.
No, because here it's just lines.
Okay.
They're just seeing lines.
Okay.
Do you get it? It will just be showing the lines and their layers, the layers in which they are. So you see the walls are green. So if you watch the floor plans, the walls are in what? Green layer. Do you get it? So that's the way you see it. Okay. Now one thing about the grade line I was trying to teach you is that sometimes when you scale, you realize that your grade lines will not scale up. Okay. See here, the grade lines look very big. So you want to reduce the bubble head. So you can select the grade line, go to the families. Now in the families, in your project browser, you go to what's called the annotation symbols. Okay, annotation symbols, expand it, then look for your grade head. Right, click on the grade head and say edit. Now when you click on edit, it will open the grade head for you. Then you can now edit the grade head. So maybe the label, the text size for the label, text size is too big. So I'll select and I'll reduce the label to what? Maybe a 3. Do you get it? You can change the font. You can also change the color. Okay. Then since the label has been reduced, I can also select the surrounding thing and scale it up. So I'll select, then click on scale, click out, then reduce it. Do you get it? Reduce it nicely. Then I'll load it back into the project. Then I'll say no. Then I'll update each and every existing version. Then now you can see that the thing reduces. Now when it reduces or it's still not reducing, then maybe it has reduced a bit, you're okay. But still some are going through each other. You can select it and what? Use the elbow, break it up. Okay? Use the elbow to break it. Okay? You use the elbow to break it out nicely. You get it? You get it? Okay? Okay. So this is the way to also edit the grade line. Most of the times when you do your scaling, it will not go with it. It will not also scale down. So after scaling, you need to go and scale up itself, the grade line parameter itself. Okay? Okay. So now, what are we looking at? What did you say we should look at?
Pricing.
Pricing and what?
And
Let's do the scaling.
the transport of the exporting.
Yeah. In case you have something like this, you have a project, but the project you have no.
Let's say export and import.
Is it?
Up to import.
You have a project, but the layout you have is on. You have an image of the layout. Okay. Now, if you have a PDF, you can't use PDF because unless your version is higher than 20, you can import PDF. If you are using 2019, you can't import PDF. Yeah. So from 2020 going, you can import PDF.
What should I have given the 2020?
Even me, I still use 2019 sometimes. But that's the lowest version. If you go up, you can't come down.
So you want to use the low?
Yeah. If you use the low to teach you, please. The thing is that now, if you do a job in 2020 or 2021, you can't use 2019 to open it. So in case something happened to your software, which is 2021,
you have to wait for the higher one before you can open that job. It has happened to me before. I did a job in 2022. Then that software corrupt. Now the person wants his job. I'm not getting it. So I have to wait for 2023 version to come before I can open the thing and give to the person. So that's why we normally start with the business. We start all over. So I just kept lying the client that, oh Charlie, I'm busy somewhere, so I beg so. And normally the versions come like we are in 2023. 2024 will come very soon. We get it. And those ones are trial versions. Yeah, they'll come when it comes first. It's like beta version. So people should use it and be testing. They'll look at what issues come before the actual launch of the actual software will launch. You get it? Okay. So let's say we have a project, then we have an image. We don't want to be looking at the paper and be. Sometimes maybe the area it has given you, the area is in meter square. Okay, it doesn't have length or breadth. Now what you do is that you can import that image into your drawing, your project. You scale it up, make sure it is up to scale, then just trace on it. Yeah, that's the easiest. That's why I don't even teach that one first. Okay, so what we do is that now so let's see. So I have an image. Oh, don't worry, it's in the video. I have an image. I have an image. So you have a drawing, it's an image. The drawing comes with the design and everything, the floor plan I mean, but it doesn't give you length or width or those things. You have only areas of the spaces done. Now what you do is that first of all you need to upload the image into your project. So what you do is go to what we call insert. Now in the insert we have what we call import. So under the import you can import image. You see my own, I can import a PDF. Yours you will not see PDF because you can't import a PDF. Now you can also import AutoCAD. If you have a file which is an AutoCAD file, you can import CAD file. But it will come when it will come like an image. Then you can trace on it. Do you get it? So I'll import an image. So I'm going to look for the image. Now the image should have at least a portion where there's a dimension. Okay. You are going to use it as your reference. Okay. So let's say I have this image. Where is this drawing? Where's it? Okay, so I have this image. So I'm bringing that image inside. So I brought the thing inside. You get it? Now I have at least this and this over there. So this 10 meters, this for 50 meters. So I can use it as a guide and check if truly my image is to scale. Because they are saying from here to here is 10 meters. So what do you do? Now I'm going to pick my wall. Then I'll draw from this point to this point. Then check what is there. Now this wall I have drawn, they say it is what 16,500. That's what 16.5 meters. But here is the case, I have 10.0 meters. So we need to make sure this is to what scale before we can trace. So what you do is that now with the image selected, you will come and pick your scale tool here. The scale tool, click. Then you pick this point. Then pick this point. Then you type what 10,000. Enter. So now the image has been scaled to that. But let's confirm. So we'll go and pick a wall and draw and see if we start the wall from here to here. Do we get 10,000? So you can see, select wall, you can see 10,000. So it means that now our image is to scale. Then we'll do what? We'll pick our wall, then we'll start doing what? Tracing. Hello? Then you start tracing. You get it? You trace where your walls are. You draw. Trace where your walls are. Okay, nicely. Just draw. Make sure you are drawing it right. Okay, draw it nicely, nicely. When you are done, you just do what? Delete what? Your image. Finish. Or you cannot. You can decide not to even delete the image. You can select the image and move it and place it somewhere here, because maybe you might want to see what the way they've done the arrangement and things. So you just move the image somewhere and start putting your things inside. That's all. Finish. Yours is to make sure. Sometimes they can give you maybe a room, and that's the only room they put in dimension. You can use it as your guide. So if let's say they say this one from here to here is 4 meters, yours is what? Pick the point from there to there and type in your 4 meters, so that then when you draw your wire it is up to 4 meters, then increase the rest or is the same. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is for the scaling. Any question? Any other question? No. So what? Yeah, the template there is needed, but it's easy. What you need to do is that after the project, whatever you've done in one project, what you do is that you delete everything you've done. The model, I mean, you can leave your grid lines, you can leave your levels, but the model, your walls, everything, you delete everything you've done. Let it be empty.
After you printed.
No, not even. You want to use that project, like a project you've done.
Again.
No, you've done a project, but that project you've done it correct. You want, anytime you want to do any project, whatever you brought in this project, you want the same thing. So that project you've done, you open it up, delete everything inside. Listen well. There's nothing like once you are deleted and the prompt can say save, then you save. If you do that, the thing you have deleted it will not more be saved, because you've not distorted your actual project. So what you do is that when you start deleting, when prompt comes to save, don't save. Delete everything out of it. Now when you finish deleting and you know that nothing is inside again, but you have your levels and all those things there, it's like you need to keep those things. You can edit them by the walls, and every family will be in it too. But the model you've deleted, like I'm doing this, I'll select all my walls and delete. Do you get it? I'll select everything and delete, but I'll keep my levels and everything, so that in this project I have no model. Do you get it? Then you go to your file. Then you go to what's called save as. Now in the save as, you are not saving it as a project. You are saving the thing as well, a template. So you go and say, well, save as well, template. So when you click at save as template, it will give it a name. Then your backup. Then when you want to save it, finish. So the name, if it's my template, that's the name you give in. You know where you have saved it. So with that done, now what you do is that anytime you come to open a project, when you go to file and say project, new project, now when you come here, now unless you put this in that folder where your templates are, then to show here, and also when you put it on your file location parameter, this it will show. But if it doesn't show here, it means it is that template you are looking for. So you go and browse, then wherever that template is, you select it and open. Now when you open it like a project. When you open like a project, it will still come empty, but whatever settings you've done in all those things will be in this thing, without the model. But if you open a project and there's a model inside and you save as a template, anytime you open a project, that model will be there. So you have to delete it and start all over, like do what they need to. But so you need to make sure you've deleted every model out of it. By your walls, everything you've created, they will still be in it. The formulas you've used, they will still be in it. So if you watch this thing I have done, I have a template I normally use. So if I click on OK, so in this project, everything I've placed on sheet, everything is there. Just that the model is not in it. So I'll just start drawing my model.
So what is it you delete 3D?
Everything. No, even if the floor plan, the more you delete the floor plan, you don't have 3D.
Okay.
You delay the floor plan, your first floor, your ground floor, your roof, your foundation. There is no 3D again. Okay? So now in it, but everything you've done, your settings, your sheets you've created, they are there.
Your thickness, your
Everything you've done. Yours is they are waiting for the model.
Okay.
So now you see, this is my template. So I've already placed a ground floor here, but there's no model. But that ground floor is already on a sheet. So look at this. I'm going to go to ground floor. So ground floor. So there's nothing. Now it has been cropped. So what I'll do is that I want to show where the crop area is. So this is the crop area. So I can expand it and show where my elevations are. Okay. You can show where your elevations are. Okay. Then I'll put it up. Now look at this. If I pick a wall, the walls I've already created, they are already inside. So if I pick a wall and I start drawing, if I draw, let me draw a box. Now this box I've drawn, if I go to my ground floor, you see the box? Because this ground floor, I've put it on a sheet. So whatever I'm putting on the ground floor, that ground floor is already on the sheet.
Okay. So you don't need to go through this whole process. Okay.
That's why you need to do correct one. So if you look at all the sheets I have, they are there. So my ground floor sheet, so anything you put on each and every view, so far as it's on a sheet, it will also be showing there. So by the time you finish, you have finished your job. You finish your modeling, everything is also done. The only thing you not get is your 3D. Your 3D, like the rendering, you have to render it again and put the picture in on your cover page. Do you get it? Okay. You will also not get your section because you will need to cut a new section. So that new section you cut, you have to now come and put on a sheet.
Okay, so you have to do that sheet.
No, the sheet there is there. You just come and move the section onto that sheet. You just have to come and move the section onto that sheet. That's all.
It's already the template.
Yeah, Charlie, it's simple. Now you can see that the shadow is even showing.
Yeah.
All the template is there. So whatever you are doing, it is coming with it. Everything I've done, the setting, it is coming with it.
Wow.
Nice. So do this thing, template. Do one correct drawing. If you like, when you do, you can send it to me. I'll check it for you. If everything's okay, I'll tell you where you have to do your changes. If everything's okay, then you can save it as a template. Then you'll be using it at your project. You work now, everything's finished. Okay? Okay. Any question? No question. Nothing else. Okay. But this is what this. If you have any new thing, you can ask you later. You can send it. Then we'll look at it. Okay. Okay. Any question? No question. So we are done. Finish it. You have kill it.
So good.
You are finished. If no question, hey, the video pricing. You want pricing?
Video.
Yesterday's video, yeah. Who has pen drive? Let me copy. Now pricing. Now with the pricing, what you have to do is that you have to come out with your own pricing. Now I'm going to show you what I have done, and I can. You see, you need to be consistent with what you are doing.
Are you recording this?
Yeah, it's still recording.
Okay.
You still need to be consistent with the way you go about your pricing. So what I have here is that I have this. Now you can also go online and look for a template, okay, like an invoice sheet. Okay, so this is an invoice. I've just a template invoice I've modified to look like mine. Okay, so in my invoice, so if a client calls me, this is what I'll do. So whatever you want, I have the things I'll do for you. So architectural design, structural, electrical layout, plumbing, then the 3D. Okay, there's a quantity, there's a unit price, total. Then we also have what to call, there's discount, there's a payment instruction, then where to pay to. Okay, so all these things you should look at how you come out with your own. Okay, now how do I get the prices for the items? Now there's a way to get your architectural price. Now what I've done is that now there's a this thing I have done. The way I come up with the pricing. Now to come up with the pricing, I have everything I'm going to create for you. So with the rooms, I have how the story, the bedroom, living, kitchen, dining, garage, porch. Yes, any other thing that you think you have to create, list it down. Okay. So now then I've given each and every item a weighting. Now how difficult or how easy is it to create that item? You weigh it up, you put a weight on it. Now this weight is up to you to choose. Now to create a story, let's say ground floor, first floor, second floor, every story, I'm giving it a weight of 2. Now to design a bedroom, I'm giving it a weight of 4, living area 4, 2, dining 2, garage 2, porch, just toilet 1, weighting of 1, because it might be easier to create those things. Okay, so this weighting is up to you to come out with a weighting. Okay, now it's not for you to still stick to my weighting. No. You should know, you are the one doing the job, so you should know how easy or how difficult is it for you to create it and put in a weighting on it. Okay, now when it comes to the quantity, now this is how you work. Now the client calls and say, oh boss, I need some 3-bedroom design. Now you need to brief with the client, talk to the client. Now the client say, oh, I need a course. Now it's not for you to just open your mouth, but oh, 3-bedroom there, you give me 1,000. No, you need to know what the client wants. So now whilst you are talking to the client, oh, the 3-bedroom, how many story? Oh, he said 2 story, but then you put in your 2. Oh, he said 3-bedroom, okay, 3. No made, no this thing. All this you need to query. And if you don't do, you will just leave it vague. Then later you say, oh, I need this one also in this one. But by that time you've already given him the price. Okay. Oh, living room. How many living rooms? Some people will say living room and family area. So 2, put it there. Kitchen. Right now people want African kitchen and white man kitchen. So 2 kitchen, put it there. Yeah, where you are doing all the wet things. Then the normal one is just is open. You don't go and do palm muscle. No. No send things there. No. Do you get it? Right now, that's what people are looking for. Okay, then dining. Yeah, we need a dining 1. Do you have a garage? No, we don't need garage. Porch. Yeah, we need front porch, kitchen porch, balconies. You calculate, then put it there. 3. Guest toilet. Yeah, we need a guest toilet. Then bathroom. 3. So at the end of the day, the product of your weight and your quantity will give you this. Do you get it? So now this is the product of all what the person wants you to create. Then you now come and put an amount on it. Now the amount, how much are you charging per that? Do you get it? So let's say if I do a story for it, I'm charging 25 cedis. So 25 cedis by all the product. So at the end of the day, the total of your amount will give you this. So it means that if I do an architectural work for you with all this, I'm charging you 925. Now you have to play with your rate. It is a rate you have to play with. Previously the rates are like 50 cedis, but sometimes you can put in a rate in such a way that the person will see the price, he can't even do it. Because the things the person wants will never change. So you can't say, since the thing is expensive, let's remove some things. Hey, I can't remove. The person say 3, you say you do 2. Hey, that one is strange though. I want 3 bedrooms. You say because the thing is expensive, then I'll say, oh boss, okay. Then let's remove 1 bedroom. I can remove 1 bedroom. Okay. So you look at the rating. Okay, it's the rating that you play with. Okay, now this one is somebody's own app that have reduced the weighting. Normally I go with 50 cedis. So with that, I know that at the end of the day, for architectural work, I'm charging what? 1,850. Now that is not all. Architecture pay. So now I'll come here. Now architecture, I'm giving you 1,850. So now when I put in my 1,850, now there's calculation for all this. Now what I have done is that sometimes, you see, if you are doing the whole job, you can play around with all this. But if you are not doing all the things, you know, somebody who is doing a structural engineer work, you have to ask for the price and put it there before you tell your client. Otherwise, the person will charge 4,000. You architecture, you are going to charge 500. How is he going to pay that one? Aha. So you need to. But if you are the one doing it now, to me, I'm putting a percentage, taking a percentage out of the architectural work. So it's not like fully charging for structural work. So there's a 70% out of this. Then this two, there's 50%. Then I'm saying this is free. But you know it's not free. You should know. But to entice your client, they say, oh, this one they are doing free. So at the end of the day, the total of this is this. Then you give a discount. So when a person say, oh, how much it will cost? Oh, the 3-bedroom it will cost like 4,700. Let him know. Now, if you think it is on a high side, yours is to come and look at what? Your rate. Do you get it? You look at your rate. If the rate is too much, maybe he might not be able to pay. So let me reduce my rate. Then you put in your new rate. Then you have 1,1. Then you go put it inside 1,110. So at the end of the day, 3-bedroom will be costing this way. Do you get it? Because these things will never change. It is your rating you have to. So that one also depends on the client. If you have a client who is a rich man, you can't be charging 100 Ghana. Sometimes they can even tell you, are you sure what you are charging? Yeah, they'll tell you that you are charging. Doesn't maybe you are going to do shoddy work. That's why I say no. So you charge according to. Okay, you look at somebody, you know that money no day, but you still also need a job. So you look at the rating. Okay, so this is the way you come out so that you will be consistent. You just don't open your mouth. Today you are charging 3-bedroom 1,000. Another day you are charging 3-bedroom 600. Another day you are charging 3-bedroom 5,000. No, you yourself have to be consistent. So you go through this process of going to buy your pricing. Okay. Okay. So the amount there, this weighted amount, you look at your client and look at how you play. Sometimes I can do some job that you are doing like 10 bedrooms. If you are giving this, at the end you might even get to like 50,000. You yourself look at the client. Would the client do 10 bedrooms 50,000? So you work and you realize, okay, then let me do this maybe 10 CD or 15 CDs. So that you reduce it to an appreciable. Now, and that one you can also base upon that, and you need to explain to the client that because you want to help him, you have reduced your rate from maybe from 100 CD, I'm giving to you at what? Maybe 10 CD or 15 CDs. Okay? So this is the way to come out with the pricing list. Okay? There are a lot of templates online. Okay? The invoice. There are a lot of templates online. You can go online and get a template and tweak it to look like yours. Yeah, and look at it and change it to the way you want to do yours. Okay. Okay. So this is it. So any question? No question. So template also gone. Nice. We've been able to finish. Hey. So if anything you let me know. Okay, you can also pass by. Now look at the way the sample this thing I'm giving you and look at it and come out with your documentation. Okay, when you do your project, come up with the documentation. Okay.
So you said when I was talking. So what's it?
This is solar steady.
Solar
Steady. You can show exactly how the sun will look like on your property.
So that's not part of our.
Oh, you can add it. I'm just coming to show you. Now with that, if you are in your 3D, it's just for you to just show the sun part. You just show where the sun is passing. So come down here, click on it. You see where it is? Then say show sun part. Let the sun part be shown. Click on it. Now it will ask you if you are online. If you want to use current location, current time and date, you can use it. If not, you can say use a specific, continue using the current setting. Then it will show the distance for you. Now it is there, but I'm not showing the part. So I want the part to show.
Okay, let me set it and show. Okay, so I'm using this. So as of now, I'm not using the current this thing. So let's say I want to use the current date and time, so that we see where the sun is. By now the sun has set. So you see, that's why I say even 9 p.m. but see where the thing is, it has set. But I'm not using the location, I'm not using my location. That's why I'm using London. So let me use North Legon and we'll see. Yeah, North Legon. So I'm going to use North Legon. Then okay, so you see that it has changed.
Yes.
So the sun cry. So if you know the time you want to put the sun, you can put it in. Maybe I want it around 12 p.m. Okay, so you see at night as bright. You see the border, it means the sun is on. Okay, then you can put this on your sheet. Okay, let's take it on the sheet. You can decide to show the top view. Okay, show it from the top.
And then do it in shaded.
Yeah, you can do it in shaded view. This is shaded view. You can do realistic or hidden. You get it? Okay, nicely done. Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
No.
So this is it. Any other? No. Okay. 9 o'clock. Pa. Yeah. Let me give you the video.